Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Rudy's Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Coming up, we'll break down today's game, check scores, and take you inside Baylor baseball. And now, let's go live to the booth with Derek Smith.
Friday night baseball under the lights of Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. Tonight, the Bears begin their final home series of this 2026 regular season as they continue to work to try to play themselves into an NCAA tournament bid. Tonight, they begin a 3-game series with the Knights of UCF. Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. Alongside Tom Barfield, I am Derek Smith. Cameron Savoy, our producer at our studios in Waco. Pleased to have you with us as the Bears come into this weekend with little margin for error to get to the postseason. They need to win tournaments, they need to win games, and it needs to start tonight with Lucas Davenport on the mound for the Bears and Mateo Gray getting the start for UCF. Tom, a couple of things we're thinking about right off the bat. One, a player who is out there, and one, a player who is not. J.J. Kennett, after taking a baseball to the face on a pop-up behind the plate on Tuesday evening, is injured and likely done for the year. A leader, the heart and soul of the team in a lot of ways. He's really going to be missed this weekend and the rest of the way.
And there's no question. Our thoughts and our prayers are with J.J. and his family back home and in the greater Houston area, and we do wish him the very best. And you're right. I mean, he was given 110% trying to make a play. Just didn't happen, got hit in the face, and next thing you know, he's out for the remainder of the season. And, again, we wish him the very best. And you're right. As much as he's meant to the team in that 5 spot in the batting order, in handling the pitchers and what he's done there, I think he's been equally, if not more valuable as one of the leaders and one of the vocal guys and one of the energy guys in that dugout.
Yeah, you hope someone else kind of steps up into that role because he is a guy who brings just energy and fire and a lot of intensity to whatever it is that he is doing. Then Tice Armstrong, now he is in the lineup tonight, and in fact he's moved up a couple of spots. He is in the 2-hole. He comes into the game with 21 home runs, tied for the single-season program lead with Charlie Carter. Of course, every time he goes up there, he has a chance to set a new all-time mark and move all alone into the top spot on the single-season home run leaderboard list. And Tom, he's moving up in the lineup, more at-bats and protection behind him in the form of Brady Janius.
You know, you and I talked about this exact same thing driving home from San Marcos. Of course, we talked about a lot of things. You got 3 hours. But we're driving home from San Marcos. We talked about that. I like what they've done here. I like the fact that they have moved Tice into that 2 spot. In fact, I thought they might even consider moving him into the 1 spot, flipping him and Travis. But they've got him in the 2 spot. Travis is going to be on the front end. Brady Janusek is going to be on the back end. In all likelihood, Derek, there's going to be very few opportunities to pitch around him, and if they do, it's probably going to be costly to the opponent. So what they've done strategically here is, A, get him some protection, B, get him more at-bats. And that's
a good thing.
With a guy that is as hot as he is, absolutely.
Today's game is presented by Heart of Texas Goodwill, serving the community since 1955. When you shop or donate, you're helping change lives right here in your community. Learn more at hotgoodwill.org. We've got the first pitch in this one coming up just over 15 minutes away. Baylor begins the day as the number 9 seed, tied for the 9th place spot in the Big 12 Conference with Utah, half a game behind BYU in the 8th seed. UCF is 4th in the Big 12. They've had a nice year despite weathering a lot of injuries. They are 27-18 overall, 15-9 in conference action. Tom, they're a team that's dealt with a lot of injuries. They kind of proverbial took a licking but kept on ticking.
Yeah, it's amazing how this team, I mean, they've had several guys. I think they've said 3 or 4 guys that are going to have Tommy John or have had Tommy John surgery. They've had some defensive injuries. They got guys that are having to move from the bullpen to the starting rotation. Sound familiar? But yet this club has just continued to play well. And, you know, one of the things, Derek, and you talked about some of the numbers. They're very good offensively, but they're also incredibly talented. Despite those injuries, they're incredibly talented on the mound, and that's one of the things that kind of concerns me is their ability to pitch versus the Bears' offense. I think the other way, Baylor's fine. I think this is the one that may be the challenge, and this may be the one that decides whether you win tonight or whether you win this series altogether.
Baylor and UCF coming up tonight at 6:35 p.m. We'll take a timeout and come back and hear from Bears head coach Mitch Thompson as we get you ready for this one here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey there, campers! It's Jan from Toyota. Time to pack your bags and buckle your seatbelts because this summer we're headed to Camp Toyota. And the fun starts now! We're kicking things off by kicking up mud. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a powerful new 4Runner. Next, we're heading to the hot springs in a spacious Sequoia.
Jan, what is that smell?
Sulfur stinks. Now we're hitting the hiking trails in a rugged Grand Highlander. And finally, park your Tundras and Tacomas around the campfire because we're roasting marshmallows. Don't worry if you burn a few, folks. I brought a truckload. Your summer starts here.
Right now, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 subvention cash on a new 2026 Tundra. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We're getting you ready tonight for Baylor and UCF, the penultimate series of the 2026 season and the last one at home. Let's give you the starting lineups now when it comes to sports medicine and orthopedics. Baylor Scott and White, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics brings the home team advantage to Central Texans. First for the Knights of UCF, 27-18 on the year, 15-9 in Big 12 play. Mateo Gray will take the mound. He's been mostly a reliever this year, but they're moving to a starting role due to injuries. He is 5-1 with a 5.25 ERA. The batting order looks like this. Diamez Ross leads it off in center field, followed by their leading home run hitter, John Smith III, in left. Their best all-around hitter is Andrew Williamson, batting third in right field. Zach Skinner catches and cleans up. In the 5-hole, Javier Crespo at third base. Batting sixth at first base is Landon Moran. Lower third of the order, the DH J.D. Rogers bats seventh. Jordan Ludies is at shortstop, batting eighth. Austin Jacobs hits ninth. For the Bears, 25-23 on the year, 11-13 in Big 12 play. The lineup looks like this. Travis Sanders leads it off at shortstop, followed by Tice Armstrong, who moves into the 2-hole, .335 batter, 21 homers, and 58 runs batted in. That moves Brady Janusek. He actually stays in the 3-hole, but he moves into that protection role behind Tice Armstrong. The right fielder is in a slump, but still has 10 homers and 40 runs batted in. Dylan Perez is in the cleanup spot, the freshman left fielder, followed by Brighton Clements, who, after missing 6 games with injury, had 2 hits and nearly a third on Tuesday night. He bats fifth in DHs. Pearson Reebok at second base hits 6, followed by Braden Buchanan, who moves into the starting catching role, what with the injury to J.J. Kennett, batting 7th. Bo Caraway, the freshman and center fielder, hits 8th. And Cole Landcloss, the true freshman third baseman, bats 9th. Pitcher is Lucas Davenport, coming off the complete game shutout. He is the Big 12 pitcher of the week. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Baylor Scott and White, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. From injury prevention to enhanced recovery, team up with us to get back in the game. Well, it's an overcast Tuesday evening here. We have a little bit of clouds. It's warm, but a pleasant night here at the ballpark. And, Tom, I know there's been the threat of rain over the weekend, but talking to Coach, he feels pretty confident we're going to be able to get these games in on time this weekend.
And I do, too. And I got a question for you. They had Superman and Spider-Man throughout the ceremonial first pitch, okay? Where was Batman in all this?
That's a fair question. I'm more of a Batman guy.
Me too.
In all honesty.
Me too.
Yeah, we're on the same. Yeah.
But I'm the Alan West Batman.
Oh, I remember
the original.
Pow.
Yeah.
No, that's good stuff. I remember that old show.
Yeah,
yes.
Just curious.
No, it's that. We'll let them slide because it was great to see the kids out there dressed as the superheroes and throwing out the first pitch this evening. Brighton Clements was out there. Mentioned Brighton Clements, Tom. He was a bright spot on Tuesday night after missing 6 games. He aggravated a shoulder injury. They're still being careful about putting him in the field, but EDH had 2 hits, and as the Bears tried to pull up a 9th-inning comeback that they nearly made very interesting in the 9-6 loss to Texas State Tuesday night, he was robbed of a really nice slicing opposite field hit to the deepest part of the park in right field.
besides maybe the Tice Armstrong doubles, that was probably the hardest hit baseball of the night, and it gets caught, unfortunately. But he did. He smoked it to right field, and their right fielder made a tremendous play, which really, I think, in all honesty, changed the outcome of the baseball game.
It did, and the Bears didn't quite get it done, but they're going to try to tonight. And, of course, all eyes are on Tice Armstrong. Mm-hmm. He's been in a home run chase, and ask Coach Thompson how he's handled that. Coach Thompson says that Tice is Tice, whatever the situation.
He has been the same guy from the minute that he showed up on campus till right now. He'll be the same guy when he does end up hitting it and breaking the record. Very focused, very, very determined, very disciplined, hardworking, great teammate. Couldn't ask for more from Tice. And so, yeah, we're hoping that he gets 5 or 6 cracks at it tonight, and we'll see it. We'll see it when it happens. It happens, and we hope he can do it here this weekend here at home.
You know, Coach, I'm no coach myself, but I'd recommend UCF pitch to him. Is that what you would do?
Oh, there's no question. I'm trying to make sure that happens, right? Mm-hmm. We're gonna move Tice up into the 2-hole. He's gonna hit right behind Travis Sanders, so it'll be Travis and then Tice and then Janusek hitting 3 tonight. And we've got to get Tice his swings, and it's important for our team, and it's important for him, so we've got to keep getting him his swings, and if we figure with him and Travis up there 1-2 that we'll get those guys up as many times as possible, and that's got to be good for our team too.
And for Brady Janusek, he's been in a slump as of late, but is that something that could encourage him when he sees you've got that kind of faith in him, putting him there in the 3-hole to protect Tice?
Oh yeah, Brady's Brady. He's been phenomenal all year. He's going through a little rough patch here right now, but it's so typical. A freshman's going to have some time during the year like this. And so Brady Janusek is the least of my concerns. I'll just tell you that right now, because that kid is such a good worker. He's such a focused kid. He's had such a great year. And I and everybody associated with this program just keep believing in him. So Brady can just be Brady, and hopefully this weekend will jumpstart him a little bit, and we can have him back there with us really producing again, and that's coming. It'll come soon. I'm ready for it when it comes.
How about tonight?
Tonight would be great.
Yep. Coach, Braden Buchanan with the start behind the plate tonight. J.J. Kennedy, obviously, people know, suffered the injury when he took a foul ball, pop-up foul ball to the face on Tuesday, and you're going to be without him. What are just your thoughts really all the way around just dealing with that?
Well, we're thankful to have Braden and a guy who's capable of stepping in and doing a nice job back there. He'll throw well, he'll block well, he'll receive well. He's done it for us, for a while now, and so. But we're going to miss JJ. We always miss JJ's energy. We miss JJ's his hustle, his love for the game, and he's been in our prayers and thoughts as he's going through some stuff, and hopefully he'll be back on his feet and back here in the ballpark real soon. But. We'll be counting on Braden here this weekend.
Obviously, Braden was the backup. What does that look like now with him in the top spot?
Well, it moved. We've had 3 catchers. 2 of them are on the shelf here right now a little bit. And so Cam Cluett is our emergency guy, and Cam will be our backup here this weekend, and he's been working at it a little bit, get back going a little bit. He's a catcher by trade and a pitcher, and I wouldn't be surprised, if you see him out there, then that's not good for the Bears, just for the fact that means that Braden's probably something's happened to him. So let's hope not. But Cam, if we asked him to do something, he'd be able to help us out and compete real well.
Yeah, you've talked about the versatility on this team. You don't always want to see it, but it is nice to have guys who have those multiple tools.
Yeah, no doubt, and experience. You need that. But. Smaller rosters numbers, you've got to have guys who can do more than one thing and are capable of doing that.
Coach, Mateo Gray, the starter today for UCF, good pitcher. They've got some good hitters. What do you see with this night ball club?
Yeah, really good team, well coached. Coach Wallace does a great job. His pitching coach is Drew does a great job with their guys. they're going to pitch. They're going to be 91, 93, typical good arms. They'll sink it, they'll slide it, they'll throw cutters, they'll be able to pitch and change, they'll hold runners well. Mateo Gray can really sink it. He's somebody we're going to have to see the ball up, get it out over the plate. If it starts in on a right-handed hitter, you got to let it go because it's not going to be a good pitch to hit. But he can sink it, he can slide it, and he throws a really nice changeup versus left-handers. Their best hitter, and the best position player is Williamson, their right fielder. He's hitting in the 3-hole tonight. I think he's a bona fide big leaguer. I think he's a big leaguer waiting to happen. So you want to be able to say you saw Andrew Williamson, Williamson play when he gets to the big leagues. Pay attention tonight. And he's the guy that obviously we want to always be aware when he's coming up and try to limit his opportunities.
Finally, Coach, final 3 home games of the year. I feel like we've had some great crowds throughout the year, and really I feel like the baseline crowd has been better than years past. What has that support meant to you?
Yeah, no, it's great, and it's awesome to see, and we need them out here. And, I know that there's a lot going on today with, tennis hosting the Super Regional, and I wish Coach Woodson and the men's tennis team great luck tonight and as they're competing against Pepperdine to advance to the national championship round. And I hope they get that, but I hope that there is a great crowd here this weekend, that they can really come out here and enjoy it. I think we're going to have good weather. It's going to be good competition. There's going to be really good players out here on this field. And Senior Day tomorrow, a Mother's Day deal on Sunday. It'd be great to have a full house all 3 days.
Coach, go get them. Thanks very much.
Appreciate it, Derek. Thanks.
Bears head coach Mitch Thompson with his pregame comments. It is Baylor and UCF in the series opener coming up straight ahead here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
You have the power to make an impact right here in Central Texas. Donate and shop Goodwill to change lives in your own neighborhood. Did you know? When you donate or shop your local Heart of Texas Goodwill, you're helping people with disadvantages experience job and life skills training, job placement, and other employment readiness services. All right here in your Central Texas community. Together we can build stronger families and stronger communities. To learn more or find a retail store or donation center near you, visit hotgoodwill.org. Donate, shop, change lives.
Asking myself, what do I lack to find?
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the Big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of Big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
Let's do it, guys.
Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Today's game is presented by Heart of Texas Goodwill, serving the community since 1955. Get ready. The first pitch is just moments away. Now, let's go back to the booth with Derek Smith.
It is just about that time. Baylor and UCF on a Friday night, the final Friday night home game of this regular season for the Bears. Game number 49 on the year, and for a Baylor team that comes in 2 games over 500, 25 and 23, an opportunity to get off to a winning start in a series and just kind of see where that can lead you. Certainly numbers like RPI and magic numbers in terms of titles for some teams and what you need to do to get to the NCAA tournament are prevalent on our mind, but first and foremost, it is about getting off to a winning start in this series tonight. UCF is a good RPI opponent for the Bears, number 33 in the nation RPI-wise. Baylor is number 67 and in need of stacking up wins as of late. Lucas Davenport makes his way out to the mound for the Bears, coming off of that tremendous start on Friday against Texas Tech. The first complete game of Dav's career. He's the Big 12 pitcher of the week. And Tom, quite simply, he was brilliant. And for a Baylor team that has struggled in the pen as of late, Boy, if he could go anywhere near 9 innings again tonight, you would absolutely take that.
Everything that you can milk out of Dabby tonight, you're going to, because of the issues that the pen has had. And let's see if this Prosper Texas product can go out and duplicate what he did a week ago. Now, look, is he going to go out and throw 9 innings and give up 1 run? I don't know, but I mean, I do know this: he's going to go out and compete, because even the days that he didn't have his A game, Derek, he still competed at a very high level. That's what you liked about him. That's why he's a Friday night guy.
You know, Thompson's coming back from that, I won't even call it an injury, discomfort at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. He has pitched into the 6th inning in every start since the first weekend of Big 12 play.
And that, again, is what a Friday night guy has to do. He's got to preserve the rest of the pitching staff for the other 18 to 20 something innings that they're gonna be facing. So there's a lot of things that go into being Friday night, not just winning and losing, but being able to help manage the pitching staff with your ability, even on the days that you got your B game or maybe even your C game, that you're able to go out and compete and keep your club in a ball game and eat up some innings for your ball club on a Friday night.
This is a good hitting team in Central Florida, UCF, that he is facing tonight. But Texas Tech led the Big 12 in batting average, and he held them to 1 run on 4 hits with 11 strikeouts last week.
Good pitching always beats good hitting, doesn't it? I mean, and Dabby was terrific. I mean, one of the things that he did so well last week was where he wanted to throw the baseball, he threw the baseball. His ability to locate pitches last week was phenomenal.
Well, he'll get a chance to do it once more as Diamez Ross, the leadoff man for UCF, makes his way towards the left-handed batter's box, and we'll get this going in the first inning. Brought to you by Premier ER and Urgent Care, the official around-the-clock care provider of Baylor Athletics. Diamez Ross in the left-handed box. Right-hander Lucas Davenport cuts it loose. A fastball in, and we are underway. Chris Koski calls balls and strikes. Mike Morris, the umpire, at first. Seth Buckminster is at second, with Andrew Fulton at third. Ross, a .282 hitter with a pair of homers and 25 RBIs, and he takes a 94-mile-an-hour heater down to even the count at 1-1. We saw Davenport touching 97 miles an hour at times last week. He sat around 94 to 96, and obviously going the distance in that one for the Bears. Kept his pitches economical. Here's a 1-1 to Ross. Didn't miss by much. If it did, and the count is 2-1, another fastball. Last week, 109 pitches, 75 of them for strikes. Davenport has gone at least 100 pitches in 4 of his last 5 starts. Here's the 2-1 to Ross. Boy, he's around the plate, but he's just missing a sinking fastball at 95, maybe a little in, and it's 3-1. 3-1 to the waiting Ross. Davenport did not walk a batter last week, and Ross chops one just foul up the first baseline. Tice Armstrong was ready to make a play if it was fair, but it was just over that safety bag foul.
And you want that ball to be fair, because Tice made a terrific play right there, catching that ball belt high, and he would have been able to walk to the bag, and that would have given Davenport the out, having coming back from a 3-1 count. Now he's at 3-2, and let's see what happens.
Davenport sets. Here's the payoff pitch, and that is chopped slowly up the first baseline. Just fair. Oh, just foul. And as it turned out, maybe that's just as well, because Armstrong, a rare bobble there behind the bag at first base. And Ross would have likely beat that had it not been just foul.
That's back-to-back pitches that Ross has been able to pull. So Janusek and Tice, get ready. Here it comes, right?
Pearson Reebok over shaded to the pull side as well, right at the cut of the right field grass. Full count to Ross. Here's the payoff pitch once again, and that slice the other way down the left field line. It's a long run for Perez, but he gets there, chases it down, and there's one away. A pretty good battle to start the game. 7 pitches for Davenport, but he does retire the leadoff man, Ross.
And just like I said, he's not going to pull the ball 3 straight times. He's going to spray it the other way.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm in this role.
Baseball's funny, right? Here's John Smith, a South Alabama transfer who's taken to this level nicely with 11 home runs to lead the UCF team. Davenport's pitch in there for a strike. Hums in at 95, and the count is 0-1. Smith has 11 home runs on the year, and 10 of them have come in Big 12 play. .323 on the season. Davenport cuts it loose. There's his first off-speed pitch, and that is in for a strike. Maybe a cut fastball there because it dropped in at 91, but had some break to it. He's ahead of Smith, 0-2. Right-handed hitting senior. Pair of veterans, I should say, facing one another, and there's a breaking ball outside. He couldn't get Smith to chase. Davenport in his fourth year at this level, but a junior eligibility-wise. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a topper foul. Smith just did catch a piece of that fastball. Defensive alignment for the Bears. Dylan Perez in left. The center fielder is Bo Caraway. Brady Janusek is in right. And all freshman outfield for the Bears. Tice Armstrong at first. Pearson Reebok at second. The shortstop Travis Sanders. And Cole Lancloss at third. A breaking ball that Smith started to offer at but was able to hold off. Evens the count at 2-2. Then Braden Buchanan behind the plate. Lucas Davenport on the mound. Sun breaks free of the clouds, sending some sunshine here on the field as the pitch is popped up. That's going to keep on slicing out of play. And the count holds. Tell you what, Davenport's having to throw a few pitches, Tom. 12 of them to these first two batters.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that you did get out of Texas Tech. You got some early swings, and he was very economical at times last week against the Red Raiders.
Well, Ross and Smith have battled here to start the game. 2-2 to the right-hander. The pitch from Davenport is bounced foul up the first base side. A cut fastball there, and it's fought off. You know, Tom, as we look at the numbers on this team and see what they've done this year, they strike me as a team that's really played a little better than the sum of their parts. They're very much in the tournament where the season ended today and likely will be. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, outside corner, strike three call. Smith frustrated with himself, but he took a cutter there on the outside edge, and that's a strikeout for Davenport.
And I'm not so sure Smith was, if he's frustrated with himself or if he's frustrated with Chris Koski. I don't think he thought it was a strike.
I think you're right.
And this is a club, Derek, when you look, they just don't strike out a whole lot. That's just their 330th time.
Maybe that's as Williamson stands in and takes a fastball down and in ball one. He's their best all-around hitter, .318 average, 10 homers and 34 RBIs. Coach Mitch Thompson called him a future big leaguer in the pregame interview. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the two-out batter, and he waves through a sharp breaking ball. It's 1-1. Maybe that lack of strikeouts is a big part of the reason why they just, their batting average is good, but not great. They don't have a lot of numbers that just leap off the page at you, but they win.
They're very competitive, aren't they?
Here's a 1-1 pitch that sliced the other way, but played by Sanders. He catches it for the final out of the inning. Lucas Davenport, 17 pitches. Nice to have a quick third out of the inning as he retires. UCF in order. Bears will go to work offensively with Sanders, Armstrong, and Janusek due up when we return to the ballpark after this here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage led by expert industry knowledge and a commitment to community. With kindness and integrity at the forefront, every agent is equipped to help you navigate the market and make the real estate journey your own. Whether buying or selling, feel supported with an award-winning agent at your side from first offer to contract and close. Magnolia Realty serves cities including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Temple. Learn more at magnoliarealty.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bears retire the Knights in order to start the ball game, and now we'll go to work offensively for the first time. The lineup looks a little different tonight as head coach Mitch Thompson has moved Tice Armstrong and his single-season record tying 21 home runs into the two-hole, using Brady Janusek to protect him as he worries the teams will not want to pitch to Tice. which would certainly not be a bad move on their part, but we hope they do. So with that, Tom, I like the move as Baylor faces Mateo Gray up there. This is a UCF team that's dealt with major injuries to the pitching staff. He's been a bullpen guy, moved into the Friday night starting role. I like that maybe you put a little second thought in a pitcher's head about pitching around him.
Yeah, no question. And again, you've got 3 really high-quality bats back to back in this lineup with Sanders, Armstrong, and Janusek. And then I'm sitting here looking at Dylan Perez thinking, 3 or 4 weeks ago, this kid's not even in the lineup, and now he's in the 4-hole. I mean, you're talking about emerging late. He's done the job, hasn't he?
He certainly has. Travis Sanders makes his way to the plate. Baylor's shortstop hitting .368 with 5 homers and 33 runs batted in. And he's going to start things off for Baylor against Mateo Gray. 5-1, a 5.25 ERA. In just under 50 innings, he has struck out 44, and he's walked 14. A sophomore from Weston, Florida. He's going to rock and fire, and his first pitch to Sanders clips the outside corner. Slow sinker there, and the count is 0-1. Travis Sanders homered on Tuesday night in San Marcos to get the Bears on the board. Here's the kick in the 0-1 pitch. That is grounded to shortstop, deep in the 6-hole, but it's picked up by Lodies, and he throws to first. It's close, but Sanders is out. There's one away. Well, and now here he is, Tice Armstrong. Tice, a .335 average, 21 homers, 58 RBIs. His 2026 season, Charlie Carter's 1998 season, the 2 best single-season home run totals in this program's history, and he's got all eyes on him as he steps in. Here's the pitch from Gray. It is a fastball down and in, and the count is 1-0. Now, first couple of pitches have been in the mid-80s. So maybe those are a little bit of breakers there, as here's the 1-0, and that's down and away at 81. Gray is a pitcher who's in the upper 80s to low 90s with the fastball. 2-0 with a count now to Armstrong. He doesn't seem inclined, at least these first couple of pitches, to serve him up something. Here he tries to bring it back in near the outside corner, but can't entice Armstrong to chase. And you would imagine he would be careful once again. Gray with the kick and the pitch. He does bring it in, though, over the outside corner to run the count to 3-1.
Boy, I'm telling you, everything is mid to low 80s right now.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm a little thrown off by that. Here's the 3-1 pitch on the way. He took a cut, but came up empty, and the count is full at 3-2. 1 out, bottom of the first inning. Tice Armstrong at the plate. We're scoreless, early going. Here comes the payoff pitch, and that is smoked foul over by the Baylor dugout, third base side, and we'll do it again.
Now, Gray's a guy that scuffled a little bit last week in his start against Arizona State. He only lasted 2 2/3 innings, Derek, and gave up 6 runs.
Payoff on the way, and that hits Armstrong. That draws some derision from the crowd in Baylor dugout as that pitch ran up and in on Armstrong, and it hit him, and he's aboard with 1 out. That ran in. You can kind of hear it clip the guard there on his left arm, the lead arm facing the pitcher. Now he's aboard for Brady Janusek. And maybe a benefit of this would be, with Tice hitting 2, one of the many benefits would be that Brady Janusek now is able to bat with runners aboard. And if you know that they would rather face you than him, maybe that even lights a little fire under you. Here is the pitch to Janusek, over for a strike, and it is 0-1. Defensive alignment for UCF, John Smith in left, Yamez Ross in center, Andrew Williamson is in right. First baseman, Landon Moran. The second baseman is Austin Jacobs. Left side of the infield, Jordan Lodies to shortstop. The third baseman, Javier Crespo. Zach Skinner catches. Mateo Gray pitches. Brady Janusek also looking for a shot at history as he fouls one back. Right now, he sits 1 home run away from Max Muncy. He's at 10. Max Muncy's 11 home run 2010 season is the high watermark for Baylor freshmen. They're going to shift a bit. The opposite field side on the infield is wide open for Janusek. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, bounded foul off the front of the Baylor dugout. We'll do it again. Armstrong retreats to first base. Not much wind to speak of on this Friday evening. It is a muggy night here on the Brazos River. Nothing in 2. Here is the pitch, a chopper, third base side, wide of the bag, a foul ball. Tom, I have a feeling that this is going to be one of those games where maybe the crowd is late arriving, because it really feels like athletics has done a nice job getting people to tennis tonight. They began play at 6 o'clock against Pepperdine in the Sweet 16 round of the NCAA tournament. We're hoping for a win for Mike Woodson's squad, and I think Baylor family's going to step up for that, and maybe we get some of them as that ends. 0-2, the pitch. He just got a piece of the very slow breaking ball.
Yeah, I'm really kind of perplexed with what we're seeing from Mateo Gray. He is mid-80s to low to mid-70s right now. I mean, there is nothing with any steam on it.
Nothing in 2. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike 3 call. Now Janusek continues to struggle with the punch-out, and with 2 away, the batter is Dylan Perez. Perez, the true freshman up there. He's going to step in the right-handed batter's box, a .246 average with 9 runs batted in. Made a nice defensive play in the first inning Tuesday night and had some good at-bats in San Marcos. Here is the pitch. He takes a slow breaking ball over the inside corner for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Baylor men's tennis took the doubles point against Pepperdine. 0-1 to the waiting Perez with 2 outs, and Armstrong at first. String pulled on him on a loopy breaking ball at 72.
You kind of feel like Mateo Gray ought to be left-handed, right? I mean, soft-tossing left-hander.
Yeah. And again, his velocity has been higher than this year.
Not tonight.
No. 0-2. There goes Armstrong. He fakes, then stays put, and Perez fouls it off. And sometimes you wonder, well, is the radar gun right? But A, we trust it here, and B, you can eyeball up here that these pitches are coming in slowly.
Yeah, that's 3 straight pitches that were under 75 miles per hour. You've got to stay back if you're the hitters. You got to see that thing all the way into the plate.
0-2 to Perez. He lifts one high in the air back to center field, but Ross near the warning track makes the grab, and the inning is over. Perez got a little too much air under that, and the side is retired. Armstrong hit by a pitch, but he's stranded at first base, and we're scoreless through 1 here at the ballpark. Baylor and UCF on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Are you a diehard Bears fan? Sure, your entire closet is Baylor green and gold. All your pets' names have started with Judge, and that good old Baylor line is your ringtone. But do you have an official Baylor University toll tag? That small green and gold sticker reps the Bears and cuts your toll bill in half. Visit getmytolltag.com to purchase your specialty tag and deck your ride with Baylor pride. Small sticker, big savings, sick 'em Bears.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Got Conecuh sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows it's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows it's how I get my grill on. Conecuh sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Second inning against the Knights of UCF. One of the newer members of the Big 12 out of Orlando, Florida. 2 years ago, UCF took 2 of 3 here in Waco. Last year, the Bears took 2 of 3 in Orlando. And now they'll try to be the first team, the Bears will, to win a home series in this rivalry, this young Big 12 rivalry. 18 pitches through 1 inning of work for Lucas Davenport. And, Tom, it was nice to see him get a quick third out of Andrew Williamson after the first 2 batters made him work a little bit to get the outs.
And you talking about fight some pitches off. Those first 2 guys did just that.
Here is Zach Skinner, the cleanup man. First pitch swinging. He slices a foul long way down the right field line, and the count is 0-1. Davenport out of Prosper, Texas, just north of DFW by way of Blinn Junior College. Here is the 0-1 pitch, ripped down the right field line, but foul once more. The count is 0-2. Tom, when Lucas Davenport threw the complete game on Friday, it was his first complete game as a Baylor Bear. The first he had delivered since he did so for Blinn in the national championship game. He was the pitcher out there. The 0-2 is up high, and Skinner lays off. He went the distance in the game that won a national title for Blinn, which is very impressive.
He's a big night guy. I mean, he likes and thrives in that environment.
1-2 pitch, a breaking ball hit back deep to right field. It's got Janusek on the run at the wall. Can he do it again? He did! He did! He made the catch and robbed Zach Skinner of the home run at the wall. Back-to-back home games that Brady Janusek has shown off his vertical at the wall and brought back in a home run ball to save runs for the Bears.
It's amazing. I mean, it is simply amazing what he just did. He's kind of got a little smile on his face. He knows. I mean, my goodness. But first of all, let me just say this. Off the bat, I didn't think that ball was a home run ball, but, man, it just kept carrying.
It did. Here is Javier Crespo slicing a foul over the first base seats. You know, you're right. So my read on that was seeing how fast Janusek was racing back to the wall. We're going to get another look at it. At the wall, he leaped up. That's over the wall if he doesn't make that catch.
Yeah, and Dabby's happy about it, too.
Yes, he is. Here is the pitch inside for a ball, and it is 1-1. So his catch at the wall on Sunday made Scott Van Pelt's list of some of the best things he had seen that day on SportsCenter that night. 1-1. Here is the pitch, in for a strike, 1-2. So if that catch that Janusek made on Sunday, we got to get nitpicky here. Because we've had back-to-back games here at home in which he's robbed a home run at the wall. I would say if the catch on Sunday was a 10, this one, here's the 1-2 pitch, about a 9.4.
It's 9.5. Every bit of a 9.5 because anytime you go over the wall and you preserve a run and preserve the lead, that's big time. And you know what? And if that catch the other day it was on SportsCenter, this one should be. Yeah.
Here's the 2-2 pitch, swing and a topper foul by Crespo. He's off balance, but just fights off the breaking ball to stay alive. I mean, here we are debating whether or not that catch he made on Sunday was the best we've ever seen here at the ballpark, and he goes out there and does it again the very next game.
Yeah, and that's becoming routine. He's just showing off now.
He is. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A chopper slowly hit up the third base side. Landcloss charges, throws. No, he will not throw. He didn't have a play, and that was really a wise decision there because Crespo was hustling up the line. That ball was too slowly hit to be a good chance at a play for the Bears, and so Crespo is aboard. Give him an infield single, and here is Landon Moran, the 262 batting first baseman. Couple of home runs, 26 runs batted in for Moran.
And the other thing this team does not do, run. 48 stolen bases as a team.
Here's the pitch, inside, ball one. Baylor's second in the Big 12 in steals.
87.
Yeah, which is actually 30 behind the top team because Cincinnati's just literally running away with the lead this year in that category. Yeah, there you go. But Baylor has done very well in that category.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, if this is a team that you're able to increase its on-base percentage, I bet they're a lot closer to 117 than they are right now. 2-0 to Moran as Davenport misses with the first 2 pitches. He cuts it loose, and that is sliced the other way into left field. Perez is going to have to play it on the hop, throws it back in, and there's 2 on with 1 out. Sharply hit single by Landon Moran, and they're starting to threaten here with J.D. Rogers, the DH, making his way to the plate.
First time either team's gotten a man to second base, and the Knights do it with one out, and the Bears looking for a ground ball double play opportunity.
Rogers, a Vanderbilt transfer who played his high school ball with Baylor's Hunter Snow, native of Carmel, Indiana, in the left-handed box. That's the third Carmel opponent I think we've seen this year. He slices the first pitch he sees to left field towards the alley, but Dylan Perez gets a good read on it and gets there. That ball was hit 105 off the bat, but Perez got a good jump on it and was able to chase it down for the second out.
I'll say this, early, and thank goodness nothing on the board yet, but they barreled up some baseballs.
You're right, they have. Here's Jordan Lodies, the shortstop. 238 average with a homer and 16 RBIs. We're scoreless in the top of the second inning. UCF 2 on and 2 out. Lodies, a right-handed batter. Davenport cuts it loose, and the first pitch is a cutter just off the plate away, ball 1. Well, Brady Janusek. You know, he's been in a slump at the plate, Tom, but that hasn't affected his play defensively.
Nope, not at all, and that shows that's a sign of maturity. Here's a kid that's a freshman.
The 1-0 pitch. There's a breaking ball, outer corner for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, and you got to like that. I mean,
you do.
There's a lot of guys that will take their offense to the field with them, and sometimes they'll take their field, vice versa. But he's not been one of those guys so far.
1-1 to the waiting shortstop. Their 8-hole hitter. Nice breaking ball, dropped perfectly over the inside edge to jump Davenport ahead, 1-2.
Maybe his best pitch of the night. I know he's been 95 on the fastball, but that may be his best pitch of the night. That's not a hittable pitch.
Fans with the clap, and the pitch down and away. He missed with the fastball there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Top of the second inning. Davenport. He sets, he's ready. And the 2-2 pitch. That ball is lifted back to deep left center field. It's a long run out there for the Bears. A leap at the wall is not there for Baylor. Lodies delivers a home run. It's a 3-run shot over the wall in left center field. His second of the season, and UCF claims an early 3-0 lead.
That's unfortunate. And again, there was nothing cheap about it. That ball was barreled up pretty good. We just talked about how they've been making good contact, and Lodies is able to hit that one out of the yard.
Yeah, you're right. You look here, Tom. I would say there are really every ball this inning has been well struck, and there was another one in the first, 2 of them in the first inning as well. Here is Austin Jacobs, the 9-hole hitter, takes down and in, and the count is 1-0. Well, long way to go in this one, but UCF scores 3 2-out runs here on that Lodies home run. Here's the pitch, outside corner for a strike. That'll leave it at 1 ball and 1 strike. Davenport, big right-hander, trying to settle in here in this, their final batter of the first trip through the order. There's a pop-up. First base side towards the UCF dugout. It's going to keep on drifting over the net and off the top of the dugout and on into the seats. That runs the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Austin Jacobs ready to step back in, facing a 1-2 count. Clemson transfer. It's a UCF squad that has really used the transfer portal. 1-2. Pitch on the way, a bouncer foul. And you saw early on, Tom, Lucas Davenport was able to jump ahead of a couple of good hitters in Ross and Smith, but really had to work to put him away more so than normal. This guy who had 11 strikeouts without a walk last week against Texas Tech, and he allowed only 4 hits in 9 innings there, already 3 through an inning and 2/3 here. It'll be 1-2 pitch. Here it comes, and it's swung on and missed. That's a strikeout, and that's the inning. But 1 batter too late from the Bears' standpoint. A 3-run homer by Jordan Lodies gives UCF a 3-0 lead as we head to the bottom of 2 here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
At Baylor Scott and White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
You have the power to make an impact right here in Central Texas. Donate and shop Goodwill to change lives in your own neighborhood. Did you know? When you donate or shop your local Heart of Texas Goodwill, you're helping people with disadvantages experience job and life skills training, job placement, and other employment readiness services. All right here in your Central Texas community. Together we can build stronger families and stronger communities. To learn more or find a retail store or donation center near you, visit hotgoodwill.org. Donate, shop, change lives.
Myself, what do I like to find?
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Here at the ballpark where the Bears trail by a 3-0 score following a 2-out, 3-run home run by Jordan Lodies. This is a UCF ball club Baylor's facing this weekend that appears to be squarely in the NCAA tournament. The bottom would have to absolutely drop out for them to miss. They are a good team. They're 15-9 in Big 12 play, fourth place overall, and really just a game out of a second-place tie, 27-18 on the season. Mitch Thompson out of the dugout for a quick word with home plate umpire Chris Koski.
Well, I'll tell you, Derek, Rich Wallace, the UCF head coach, came out and said something to Chris Koski, our home plate umpire, and Chris Koski immediately went and called Mitch Thompson out of the dugout.
Well, Brighton Clements stands in after all that. A pair of hits on Tuesday night, a .302 average. It's good to have him back in the lineup. Did their third baseman and second baseman just trade ball caps?
They traded the receiver for the information.
Oh, the receiver. There you go.
Yeah. They could trade caps if they like.
There you go. Mateo Gray hit a batter, but nothing more in the first inning. His first pitch to Clemens is slow off the outside corner. Ball one. He has not thrown anything, Tom, I don't believe, over 83 miles an hour.
It's almost like he's throwing batting practice type pitching.
Maybe that's got the Bears a little off balance. Here's the pitch, a 1-0, poured in for a strike. Slow fastball at the knees, and it's 1-1. Right-handed batter Brighton Clements, the redshirt freshman, awaits, and he bounces it up the middle. That is going to trickle on through into center field. First hit of the game for the Bears. His third hit since coming back on Tuesday night. Shortstop was going to have a chance to keep that on the infield, but the ball took a high hop, and I don't believe Lodies would have thrown him out anyway.
And it's so nice to see Brighton Clements back in the lineup, swinging that bat, and again sending that ball right back where it came from, right back up the middle. And here's an opportunity for the Bears to kickstart the offense against this club.
Well, Pearson Reebok down in the sixth hole now. He has struggled at the plate this year with a 193 batting average, and we'll see what he opts to do. Third baseman moves in at the cut of the grass. That is Javier Crespo. Here's the pitch. He's not showing bunt. He swings and hits it a long way, but well foul out towards that third base left field concession stand. The count 0-1.
Derek, the bottom four guys in the Baylor batting order are hitting .208 or less. One of those four has got to step up and help carry this team offensively tonight.
0-1. The pitch is hit high in the air back to left field, but John Smith is able to backpedal and make the catch for the first out of the inning. One away, and that'll bring up Braden Buchanan, who becomes the starting catcher, what with the injury to J.J. Kennett. And J.J. is recovering. Certainly keep him in your prayers as he deals with, he broke bones in his face earlier this year when he was hit by a 91-mile-an-hour fastball And then as he just kind of lost the foul ball that was popped up behind the plate on Tuesday night, it caught him in about the same spot. There's a pitch inside, and the count is 1-0. So he is back at home now. He should be back with the team hopefully next week, but he could certainly use everyone's prayers for recovery. And Coach Thompson talking to him, we're not going to see him this year. He's got to recover. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That ball is belted back to deep right field. Buchanan didn't quite get enough of it, though. It dies in front of the warning track, and there's 2 down. Off the bat, Tom, I thought that might be getting back to the wall there to deep left, but it did not.
I was with you. I thought that was probably the most well-struck ball that the Bears have had early in this ball game, and it just kind of died out in left center field, and Smith was able to run that ball down, and now you got 2 outs. Your leadoff man still standing at first base.
Here's Bo Caraway, 206 hitting freshman center field. There's a throw over to first, and Brighton Clements back in standing up. Caraway try to put the ball in play and use his elite speed after so doing. Here's the first pitch his way. That is low, ball 1.
Caraway in the lineup. Ty Joe getting the night off.
Well, you like seeing Bo get that opportunity, a chance to use his speed. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Bears down by 3. A runner at first and 2 away. Here's the 1-0. Caraway squares and chops at a pitch down low, and it's 1-1. Tom, all of these pitches, I guess that's the fastball at 82. Has a little wrinkle to it, but then he's also got a couple pitches that are barely above 70 tonight. Another throw over to first, and Clements back standing up.
Yeah, he's a soft tosser. I mean, it's all about movement with the pitch and location with the pitch.
1-1. Pitch on the way to Caraway. It's inside, ball 2. Bo Caraway from the Houston area. His dad, an All-American at the University of Houston. He's had flashes this year. He's a player that you want to see continue to grow and really mature to the kind of player he can be. And you see flashes of it this season. The pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle, but right at the shortstop. And Lodi's will take it himself to force Clements for the out. Leadoff single, but nothing more for the Bears. We are scoreless after 2 innings. Tom will have the play-by-play when we return after this. It's 3-0 UCF here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor fans, ready to keep it cool this season? Ice and Easy delivers premium ice lightning fast. From tailgates to restaurants, construction sites, concerts, and races, Ice and Easy has you covered. Game day or work day, keep your drinks cold and your spirits bold. Ice and Easy, we deliver, you chill. Proud supporter of the Baylor Bears.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the stores. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Let's see if Lucas Davenport, after his first career complete game at this level, can settle in. He's been hit hard early, and the Bears trail UCF 3-0 as they take us. So we start the top of the 3rd inning. It'll be the top of the UCF order due up, and here to tell you all about it is Tom.
All right, thanks so much, Derek. It'll be Diamez Ross, John Smith, and Andrew Williamson. Ross, the center fielder, flied out to left field. His first time up, he's 0 for 1. Hitting .281 this season with a pair of home runs and 25 driven in. Left-handed stick, boy, and he absolutely made Lucas Davenport work to get that first out of the ball game. Lucas going to the mound here in the top of the 3rd. He's already thrown 42 pitches. First pitch on the way is a fastball strike. Bears and UCF again tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Then we'll wrap it up on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Make plans to come out and be with us here at beautiful Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. Your last couple of opportunities to see this ball club. Now time is called.
And tomorrow is the Senior Day festivities.
I like what they're doing, Derek, because it will be an emotional day. And then you got the last home game as an emotional day. So split those things up, and that's exactly what Mitch has elected to do. 0-1's in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Baylor's got Dylan Perez out in left, Bo Caraway in center, and Brady Janusek in right. Is that the outfield of the future?
I can certainly see that.
Absolutely. 0-2 the count. The 0-2 pitch swung on and hit on the ground right side. Ranging his left is Reebok, and it goes under the glove out into right field. That should be an error on Pearson.
Yeah, that is an E4. It was sharply hit, but that's a play that, he's been a guy who's been pretty sure-handed this year, but that was just a bit of a shank there as it kicked off his glove and into right field. What stinks about that is right now Davenport, who is off to a tough start in this game, you really don't want him to have to throw any extra pitches already at 45.
So John Smith III will climb in. He was called out on strikes his first time up. Bears at double play depth. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Smith started the day hitting .323. The average now 321. He does lead their club in home runs with 11 and RBIs with 42. Up in the front of the box on the right side against Davenport. And a throw over to first base. Back in plenty of time is Ross. Ross is one of the few Knights that will run. He's got 15 stolen bases in 17 tries. Baylor's outfield is straight away and deep for John Smith III. The pitch is in there for a strike with a breaking ball. And that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, a lot of activity going on here at the Turner Riverfront Athletic Complex with tennis and I guess that's kind of a super regional round. The 1-1 on the ground left side. Sanders with the backhand. Goes to second for 1. The relay throw to first is not in time. Boy, that is a terrific turn by the Bears. Sanders getting to a bounding ball that was up around or maybe even over his head when he got the hop. And nice feed to Reebok to get the leading runner at second. But Smith is safe by an eyelash at first on the fielder's choice. Ground out.
You're right. It was really big just to get that first out at second. That was almost a tremendous play all the way around.
6-4 on the put out of Ross, and there's 1 on and 1 out for the 3-hole hitter Williamson. Williamson lined out sharply to Travis Sanders his first time up. He takes a pitch outside rather for a ball, and it's 1-0. Williamson, the right fielder, a .314 average, 10 homers, 34 driven in. Leads their club in several statistical categories. Here's the 1-0, swung on and driven deep to center field. Back goes Caraway onto the warning track. He'll make the catch up against the wall, and there are 2 outs. Again, another hard-hit baseball off of Lucas Davenport.
Yeah, that ball right back to the wall in left center field. And not a spectacular play by Bo Caraway in that sense, but a good one. He did have to leave his feet just a little bit and up the wall to make the catch, and a nice job there by the true freshman.
And thank goodness it was to the deepest part of the park, 400 to straightaway center field. 2 outs, and here's Skinner, the catcher. He flied out to right field his first time up. Ba-da-da. Throw over to first base, and back is Smith.
Yeah, Max Calderon has that Brady Janusek catch up on Baylor Baseball Twitter. You have our permission to step away for a moment at some point and take a look at it.
Another throw over to first base, a wide throw, and Tice Armstrong has to come off the bag towards the right field side of the bag and make the catch and keep the runner, Smith, at first base. Dabby to the stretch. Another check of the pitch, swung on and fouled off right side. There's strike 1. Skinner, again, is one of their better hitters, a .359 average. He leads their team in hits with 60. 5 home runs, 36 driven in. Davenport to the stretch, and here's the 0-1, and it's chopped out in front of home plate. It's a fair ball, picked up by Buchanan. He'll throw to first in time, inning over. No runs, despite that error to start the inning. No runs, no hits. A man is left and one Baylor error. We go to the home half of the third, 3-0 UCF on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey there, campers! It's Jan from Toyota. Time to pack your bags and buckle your seatbelts because this summer we're headed to Camp Toyota. And the fun starts now! We're kicking things off by kicking up mud. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a powerful new 4Runner. Next, we're heading to the hot springs in a spacious Sequoia.
Jan, what is that smell?
Sulfur stinks. Now we're hitting the hiking trails in a rugged Grand Highlander. And finally, park your Tundras and Tacomas around the campfire because we're roasting marshmallows. Don't worry if you burn a few, folks. I brought a truckload. Your summer starts here.
Right now, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 subvention cash on a new 2026 Tundra. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, Mateo Gray is going to face 9-1-2 in the Baylor batting order here in the home half of the third. The Bears on the short end of a 3-0 ball game. And again, Mateo Gray came in at 5-1 on the year with a 5.26 earned run average, making his 15th appearance and his 7th start. Last week, though, it was not a good day for Mateo Gray, a game in which UCF lost to Arizona State 9-4. In that game, Derek, 2 2/3 innings. He gave up 6 runs on 6 hits. He struck out 2. He walked 3. He threw 78 pitches and only 41 strikes before being lifted from the ball game.
Wow. A little different so far.
Yep. And tonight he has thrown 30 pitches and has given up just 1 hit. And he's going to face Landclaws, who's hitting 130 on the year. The first pitch is wide for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. One and 0 the count. And the 1-0 misses low for a ball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Lodi's, the shortstop, is playing on the rim of the outfield in the 6 hole. The 2-0 pitch, it's low ball 3. How big is it for the 9-hole hitter to get on base and take you back to the top of the order for Travis Sanders? And then Tice Armstrong, 3-0. It's high ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. Nice job, Cole Landclaws, to get on base.
Well, last inning, the Bears got the leadoff man aboard, but couldn't move him around. But a really nice opportunity here to do so. What with Sanders and Armstrong and Janusek waiting in the wings.
Well, they're the 2 hottest hitters on the ball club. They both come into tonight's game with a 6-game hitting streak. Sanders with the best batting average on the ball club at 366. He and Armstrong lead the team in doubles with 14, and he's also walked the most and has collected the most hits. Sanders is having a terrific year. Again, as Derek mentioned, he went opposite field for a home run the other day. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball at 74 miles an hour. How does that ball stay in the air? Now he wants a new baseball. And he throws that one out. Runner first is Landclaws. Doesn't run much. Sanders, then Armstrong, then Janusek. A chance for the Bears to make some noise here in the bottom of the third inning, trailing 3-0. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and fouled off right side. And that one's over by one of the camera operators in the upper deck along the right side. Now Sanders is in a hole at no balls and 2 strikes. Boy, Travis had a nice weekend against his former team, the Red Raiders, last weekend, didn't he?
I think he enjoyed hitting them.
I agree. 0-2 the count. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and a high fly ball out to right field, but it's going to be playable for Williamson. On the edge of the track, he'll make the catch, and there's 1 down.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem to be carrying a whole lot here if you don't just barrel it up. I mean,
right.
This is a hard ballpark to hit home runs in, but both his fly ball and Buchanan's, I thought, were going to go a little further than they did.
And it just goes to show you how hard Lodi's hit his ball to get it out of this ballpark tonight. 1 on, 1 out for the 2-hole hitter, Tice Armstrong, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. And the pitch. It's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Tice, a .325 average, 21 home runs, 58 RBIs. 0-1 the count. Mateo Gray is ready. A check over to first base, and the 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball strike, and it's 0-2. And you can see the frustration on the part of Tice Armstrong. He knew that was a strike. Now he finds himself in a hole at 0-2.
Tell you what, throw that pitch again and see what happens.
0-2 the count. Gray is ready. And the 0-2 pitch. Inside for a ball. And it's 1-2. 84, so he ran the express up there. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away and deep for the right-handed hitting first baseman, Tice Armstrong. The 1-2. Runner goes, swung on and fouled off. How about that? They put Landcloss in motion as Jim Blair coaches at third and Zach Dillon at first.
Hit it hard, just a little out in front there, 110 off the bat.
Wow. Again, he hits the ball hard, doesn't he?
He doesn't. I mean, even when it's not a home run, you love the contact.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Landcloss will lead away from first. There's 1 out in the inning. Gray is ready. And the 1-2 swung on and fouled off at the plate again with Landcloss in motion.
It's that slow breaking ball. He was able to fight it off and
that was protecting. That's 100%.
He
was protecting the AB, and he was protecting his runner at first base as he had to fight off a pitch that really was not a good pitch to hit, but with his man in motion over at first base, Landcloss, Tice fights it off and stays alive, and Landcloss returns to first base with 1 on and 1 out. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and poked into right field. Base hit. 7-game hitting streak for Tice Armstrong. And the Bears have 2 on with 1 out for Brady Janusek.
And he went out and got that one, Tom. That was off the plate away, and he was able to go out and just smack that hard the other way.
I like to call that professional hitting, Derek. When you can locate a pitch, see that, okay, I got a pitch on the outer half. Let's don't try to yank that. Let's don't try to pull it. Let's just hit it right back where it came from, and it was on the outer half, so he hit it to right field.
And Tom, he hit that about 90-some miles an hour off the bat, and he really caught that off the end of the bat. He just hit it hard.
He's just strong, isn't he?
Yeah.
2 on, 1 out, and here's Brady Janusek for the Bears. Gray ready. And the pitch to Brady. Swung on and grounded to the shortstop. Could be 2. A flip to second for 1. The relay throw to first in time. The inning is over on a 6-4-3 double play off of the bat of Janusek. The Knights turn the double play and get out of the frame, and the Bears are done in the third. No runs, a hit. 1 man is left through 3-0 UCF. And this is Bears baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
Hey Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, visit our service department, or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on 2 wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sic 'em Bears.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hi, Derek Smith. I'm Tom Barfield. We welcome you back here to Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. The Bears trailing 3-0 through 3 innings. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left for UCF. No runs, a pair of hits, 1 error, and 3 men left on base for the Bears. We're moving on to the 4th inning, and here's Derek.
Thank you very much, Tom. Hey, Baylor fans, this baseball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for baseball watching. Pepsi. That's what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Well, I want to keep this deficit where it is at 3-0. The last inning, a better one for Lucas Davenport, but it's a 3-0 lead, as Tom said, for UCF as they bat here in the top of the fourth inning. The first pitch from Davenport is an off-speed pitch down and away. Ball one to Javier Crespo, the night third baseman, a .324 hitter. He's got 3 homers and 21 RBIs. 9 doubles on the year for their third baseman. He takes a pitch in for a strike to even the count at 1-1. He's a transfer from Florida International, is Crespo. Coming back to his hometown in Orlando. 1-1 pitch from Davenport. Fastball far off the plate, down and away. And the count is 2-1. Lights already beginning to take effect. This has been a strange weather night here, Tom. First off, it was chilly this afternoon, and now it's muggy. 2-1. Pitch on the way, just off the outside corner with the fastball, and it's 3-1. Then we have the sun breaking free of the clouds and some sunshine on the field, and now it is straight cloudy, and the lights are already taking effect. 3-1, the pitch outside, ball 4, and that's a leadoff walk to Javier Crespo. Davenport just hasn't been as sharp tonight. You know, you're going to have outings like that, but you look, he's given up a number of hard hit balls. He has now walked a batter after not walking one last week, and here is Landon Moran.
They're in the bottom of the fifth up in Lawrence, and KU is trailing West Virginia 3-0.
Here's the pitch, a bouncer up the middle. It's going to trickle on through into center field. Going first to third is Crespo. That is a C&I single, if ever there was one. A chance to get the lead runner, but instead it just squirts into center field, and they're on the corners with nobody out as Landon Moran singles.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you what a leadoff walk does for a ball club. I mean, it just adds to the pressure, and now you've in a 3-0 deficit. You've got a guy in scoring position 90 feet away with nobody out.
Here is J.D. Rogers. Chance to add to UCF's 3-0 lead in the pitch. Fastball down and in. Ball 1. Braden Buchanan had to slide behind the batter to stop that one. .283 average for Rogers, who's 0 for 1 on the night. 5 homers. He's got some pop. 18 runs batted in. Davenport cuts it loose, and his off-speed pitch stays high near that outside corner, and it's 2-0. Going to see some activity in the Baylor bullpen early. R.J. Rue and Grayson Murray headed down there. Baylor bullpen struggled really mightily, I would say, the last 3 weekends. 2-0, swing and a miss. Sharp breaking ball there from Davenport. Tom, last week Baylor's starters went 22 innings and allowed just 7 runs, I beg your pardon. The Baylor bullpen pitched just 5 innings and allowed 12 runs.
Yeah, it was a difficult weekend for the pen.
Here's a 2-1. Rogers sees it in for a strike, and the count evens at 2-2. Now, say this. Right now, you're in a stretch where all your main guys out of the bullpen seem to be struggling at once. R.J. Rue, Caleb Bunch, Charlie Atkinson, Braden Bergman. I'd throw Grayson Murray, who's had some better outings later in there. So you need at least a couple of them to kind of get back on track. The 2-2 pitch, wave and a miss. Breaking ball away, and Rogers ran out about. That's a big strikeout with runners on the corners and nobody out for Davenport.
That's huge. I mean, it absolutely is huge. Now, again, easier said than done, but if you can figure out a way to get a ground ball here, you could possibly get out of the inning without giving up a run. And right now, Baylor's offense is struggling to figure out Mateo Gray, so you need to limit if you can.
Here's the first pitch to Jordan Lodice, a fastball with some bite, but it's off the outside corner for a ball, and the count is 1-0. It was Lodice, whose 3-run homer in the second inning has accounted for the entirety of the scoring in this game. Here's the pitch, breaking ball up and in, and it is 2-0. Now, Lodice is a light-hitting freshman on the year, a .243 average with 2 homers, but he did not look like a light-hitting player on the home run.
Down in that 8 spot, he went and got it all, didn't he?
He did. The 2-0 pitch, there's a foul ball back. He just missed that one. Yeah, you homer just to the right of the video board, so not to the deepest part of the park, but you have to give it a pretty good ride back that way. UCF threatening. Lucas Davenport trying to work out of this jam. They're on the corners with one out, and the pitch to Lodi's. Fouled back again, 2-2. Well, this is a big opportunity for another punch-out for Davenport, who so far on the game has 2 of them against 1 walk. And we're going to see a mound visit from pitching coach Sean Snedeker. Out to have a word with Davenport, who is at 67 pitches here in the top of the 4th inning. Lodi's will stroll around the plate as Snedeker has a word with him. The signature mouth cover for Coach Snedeker. He always covers his mouth so that teams, you go watch it, everything on ESPN Plus now.
Yep. They
can zoom in. Don't let them read what you're saying.
So I'm not sure what strike he's going to throw here, but with Sned coming out to have a conversation, it's definitely
it's got to be the proverbial good talk.
Yes.
Because that's what Sned does, right?
Yep.
They're on the corners with 1 out. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and there's a slow tapper in front of the plate. It's picked up by Buchanan, throws to first for the out. Big second out as the trailing runner Moran advances to second base. But now for them to score in this inning, it's going to take some 2-out doings on the swinging bunt by Lodi's, who took a big cut and didn't get a lot going for him. And we're going to see a pinch hitter here.
And they did a nice job of looking the runner back to third.
We're going to see a new batter in this second baseman spot, the 9-hole. Here is Braden Calise taking a ball in the dirt.
It's interesting this early in the ball game.
It is. You wonder if something happened.
Correct.
Calise, a Louisville transfer. Listed as an infielder, so you might assume he would stay in the game at second. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Davenport. In tight on the hands, and it's 2-0. I tell you what, you don't want to walk Calise. Just 4 hits on the year and a 143 average.
Yeah, and you turning that lineup over where all those 300 hitters are sitting at the top, you're right. You got to go get this guy.
Here's the 2-0. Nice breaking ball. Outer half for a strike, and it's 2-1.
And he was taking all the way. Yeah. He was sitting tight until you threw him a strike. So Dabby back in the count at 2-1.
Calise, a right-handed hitting senior. He'll await the pitch from Davenport. The 2-1 poured in for his strike, sinking over the inner edge at 93. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out in the top of the 4th inning. First 2 runners reached in this inning, but first 2 batters reached, I should say, but Davenport is trying to keep them off the board. The break-even pitch on the way, just off the outside corner and not by much. That was a fastball at 95, and that was very close. And now the count is full. Here's the payoff pitch in ball 4. Oh my goodness gracious. That looked like it was over and at the knees. And we were all waiting for a strike 3 call, but none was coming. Davenport takes his hat off and looks at the sky. Here's a look at it, Tom.
That's a strike.
That's a strike.
That's a strike. He just missed it.
Well, now the bases are loaded with 2 outs and a good hitter at the plate in Diamez Ross.
My goodness. Buchanan knew it was a strike. He was excited about it.
Here is the pitch. That's in for a strike. And the count is 0-1. That's a tough pill to swallow. Davenport already at 75 pitches here in the top of the 4th inning. And hopefully it doesn't result in any further damage. The 0-1 is grounded into right field. That's going to bring home 1. It's going to bring home 2. And it's a 5-0 ball game. Well, missed strike calls are a part of the game, but that one stings as it extends the inning for Ross, who promptly delivers a 2-run single to score Crespo and Moran. On to third base goes Calise, and that ends up as a double for Ross. Sharply hit into right. Now here's a good hitter in John Smith at the plate. The pitch. This is a tight strike zone. Let's just say that. The fastball near the outside corner. And it is 1-0. Davenport has had the labor throughout, and it's a 5-0 ball game. There's a cutter in for a strike, 1-1. All 5 of their runs have come with 2 outs on the evening rather. 1-1. Here's the pitch to Smith. Grounded on through into left field. That's going to bring home both Calise and Ross and make it 7-0. Well, Davenport was a strike away from getting out of the inning unscathed. It appeared that he had, but it's not a strike if the umpire doesn't call it, and a pair of 2-out, 2-run singles have extended the UCF lead to 7-0. That's just a tough deal.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It really is, but you just got to find a way to buckle up right here and get an out. And again, Derek, we're in the middle of the ball game, so you've got opportunities, and that's the only way you can approach this thing.
Yeah.
Is we've got opportunities to get back in the ball game.
A 4-run fourth inning for UCF has them up 7-0. 7 runs on 6 hits, and most of their hits have been hard hit. Here's the pitch to Williamson. Wiggles in for a strike, and it's 0-1. He hit a ball to the deepest part of the park his last step at and lined out hard to shortstop. Smith is at first base, and the pitch. Breaking ball away, and the count evens at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 to Williamson. He flinches and waves and misses. The count is 1-2. Stretch Shand, the pitch, a wave and a miss. That's a strikeout, and that's the inning. But UCF with 4 runs in the frame on 3 hits, a pair of 2-out doubles. They strand a base runner. Bears have some work to do. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Down 7-0 to UCF in the series opener here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's a 7-0 UCF lead as the Bears prepare to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Today's game is presented by Heart of Texas Goodwill, serving the community since 1955. When you shop or donate, you're helping change lives right here in your community. Learn more at hotgoodwill.org. Alongside Tom Barfield, Derek Smith here with you at the ballpark. Cameron Savoy, our producer at our studios in Waco. Glad to have you with us tonight, whether on the radio on our flagship station ESPN Central Texas or streaming on their website, or if you're watching on our Inside the Booth cam at the Baylor Athletics YouTube channel, youtube.com/Baylor Athletics. Dylan Perez will lead it off against the starter in this one, Mateo Gray, who misses down and in, ball 1. He is a soft tossing right-hander that the Bears have struggled to figure out thus far. Just 2 hits through the first 3 innings. Mateo Gray with the 1-0 pitch, a wave and a miss by Perez, and it is 1-1. 7 runs, 6 hits for UCF. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Bears. It's a UCF team that struggled at home last week against Arizona State. We know Arizona State, a very good team. They're tied for second in the Big 12. There's a sharply hit bouncer fair behind the bag at first, but right to Landon Moran, who will take it to the bag for the out. 1 out, and that'll bring up Brighton Clemens. 3 hits in the last 9 innings the last 10 innings for Brighton Clemens. Came back from injury. Baylor missed his bat in the lower portion of the order. Quiet guy who just kind of goes up there and gets on base, and he is up with 1 out, 1 for 1 on the afternoon. Here is the pitch. Mateo Gray. Well, there's that tight strike zone victimizing UCF. That pitch looked down the chute, but it's called a ball. There is a timeout called by the home plate umpire. Tom, I want to ask you, you had the chance to talk to D1baseball.com today, and why am I just suddenly, my brain is...
Kendall?
Yes, Kendall Rogers.
Kendall
yes,
Rogers.
My brain just completely died on me there. I beg your pardon. There's a strike on the outside corner, but guy who pays a lot of attention, and certainly the baseball world pays attention to D1baseball.com's projections as far as where teams are going to end up, and Baylor's one of the teams that, of course, we have a question about. 1-1 to the waiting Brighton Clements, and the pitch sliced foul down the right field line, out of play. You had a chance to talk to him today, and maybe it feels when we're down 7-0, not the topic right now, but let me ask you, what did he say Baylor's path is?
He was pretty clear. He thought that if they won this series, won the series with Utah, and won a couple of ball games in the Big 12 tournament and surprise, that they would be in the conversation because of the strength of schedule and because of the conference that they play in.
Here's the 1-2 to the 1 out batting Clemens. That is rolled deep into the 6-hole. Backhand pick by Lodi's. Throw is off the line. It's wide of the bag, and Clemens will have to stay put there, but that would appear to be an infield single for Brighton Clemens, and he is 2 for 2 today.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Knowing that you play Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week, and with Dabby's pitch count already over 80, is this a spot where you may go to the bullpen?
It's a fair question.
And have him ready to go in when you're going on the road and almost a must-win type situation?
And I'll say this. I'm of the mindset right now. Here's Pearson Reebok standing in with Clemens at first, and 1 away. Bears down 7-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here is the pitch from Gray. Misses outside, ball 1. I came into the weekend of the mindset that you ride your starters as long as you absolutely can. That makes sense. But to your point, right now, Lucas Davenport hasn't been Lucas Davenport tonight.
Correct.
He's been hit hard, and I think that's a very fair question to ask. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That misses down, and the count is 2-0 because you may need him in a couple of short weeks.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It's not about 1 game. It's about 6 games. It's about 8 games.
2-0 to Pearson Reebok. Here's the offering from Gray. He's taking all the way, and that's a strike. And, I right now there's a part of me that with Davenport, normally I'd be like, no, let's leave him in and see what else he can give you, because he could give you back-to-back scoreless innings and, get you through 6, but maybe that's not the most valuable thing right now. There's a chopper with the runner going, playing it backwards on the on the flip. There is the second baseman in there now. And he throws on to first for the out, as on to second goes Clemens. And that is Braden Calise, by the way, who stayed in the game after pinch hitting for Austin Jacobs. That was a very high chopper, and Calise had to back and play it on the high hop. And with Clemens in motion, he did a good job just keeping his eye on the ball there and making the play on to first. 2 outs, and here is Braden Buchanan. It'd be nice to steal a 2-out run here. Down 7-0, and the pitch to Buchanan is a breaking ball in, strike 1. He struck the ball well his first time up, and nothing to show for it, a fly out to deep left.
Charlie Atkinson is getting ready.
There's a breaking ball that he sees in for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Boy, Atkinson, again, the guys you've relied on this year, as we've said, they've struggled as of late. But you'd like to think there's a part of you that means to the extent that they're due, someone's due. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Buchanan, just off the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Clements at second base. Max Calderon tells us that this is Clements' 11th multi-hit game of the year. One and two. And the pitch misses badly down and away. A big lead at second for Clements, but he heads back as the catcher, Zach Skinner, gets it. So it's someone in that UCF dugout is leather lunged. Tom, you hear that? They are chanting with some gravel pretty regularly. 2-2 to the waiting Buchanan. The break-even pitch is on the way, and that's rolled foul over the shoelaces of Baylor third base coach Jim Blair. And the count holds. Baylor broadcast aficionado Jim Blair coaching at third. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That is looped right to the shortstop, Lodi's. That's it out. Buchanan went down and got that breaking ball off the outside corner, but couldn't quite barrel it up enough to get it past the shortstop, and that's all for the Bears here in the fourth. A base hit, but nothing more. Baylor has stranded a base runner every inning and trails 7-0 as we head to the fifth inning at the ballpark here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the Big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of Big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
Proudly serving Texas since 2007. Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected and learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com. Here's to home.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
New pitcher for the Bears as we head into the top of the fifth inning. It's a 7-0 UCF lead. They hit Lucas Davenport hard tonight, and his evening is done. It's Charlie Atkinson taking over. The right-handed junior is 2-0 with a 5.28 ERA. 21 strikeouts and 16 walks allowed in just under 31 innings. Tom, a guy you really need to kind of find the groove again as he takes over here in the fifth inning. He's allowed 10 runs in his last 4 outings, so that means that 10 of his 25 runs have come in really just those last 4 chances to go out there on the mound.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, it's unfortunate that Lucas had to come out of the ball game after just 4 innings, but this is now also an opportunity in what is really, Derek, to be perfectly honest, a low leverage situation. I mean, you're not in a high stress situation down 7-0. You'd like to keep it right here at 7 to give your team a chance, but it's an opportunity for him to kind of figure things out against live action, if you will, and kind of get things righted and get back on the horse to sprint to the finish against this club the rest of the weekend, Utah next weekend.
Here's Zach Skinner, robbed of a home run his first time up. The first pitch from Atkinson is inside, ball one. It is a tight strike zone tonight.
Exactly. I'll say that Chris Koski he's been steady, but this has been incredibly tight.
It is a hitter's zone. The 1-0 pitch down and in, and it's 2-0. And honestly, that favors this UCF team over Baylor, given the way both teams have hit over the course of the season. But he is consistent. 2-0 pitch. It's in for a strike. They'll about throw it through the eye of a needle to get it, but he did there. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Skinner. That's popped up very high along the first baseline, and it's going to be Tice Armstrong calling off Braden Buchanan to put it away for the out.
Buchanan, you get out of the way. We can ill afford.
Yeah. Well, he's out there. J.J. Kennett is injured, as anyone following along on Tuesday night knows, and done for the year, which is tough to see. Here's Javier Crespo. Here is the pitch. There's a chopper towards third that is able to just ski ball up over the leap of third baseman Cole Landcloss and into left field for a single. He's reached base 3 times tonight, 3 trips.
Well, it's May. The infield's hard, and that benefited the hitter. Crespo's. He got a big Baltimore chop to bound over the head of Landcloss out in the left field for a base hit.
Yeah, he hit that just in the dirt a couple feet in front of the plate, and it caromed all the way near shallow left. Landon Moran, the 1-out batter. Bears middle infield slides to double play depth. Well, Davenport, his shortest outing since coming back from injury after his longest. Here's the pitch. This is inside, not by much. And, you know, that happens sometimes. You still feel like Davenport is, you know, you're going to get his best effort no matter what. And tonight, unfortunately, he just was hit hard.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the crux of it. I mean, he was hit hard tonight.
There goes the runner. The hit and run is on, and it is just foul up the third base side and not by much.
And you got the shift on, Derek, and so only Landcloss is really, well, now they really don't have the shift on, but, I mean, they did. They had Travis up top at second base, and Landcloss over there at third, and that ball, that left-handed hitter going the other way, that he could have run for a week.
1-2 to the 1-out batting Moran. Atkinson on in relief for the Bears of Lucas Davenport. It'll be a 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, and that ticked the bat and ricocheted back to the backstop. Bears with some work to do. Want to keep this deficit where it is and no further. We're in the top of the 5th inning, down 7-0. Throw over to first, and back in safely is Crespo. Atkinson has thrown 9 pitches, 6 of them strikes so far. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That is roped on the infield, just past Travis Sanders into center field. He just kind of flung the bat head, really dropped it down there and ricocheted up the middle, and it just evaded Travis Sanders for a base hit. And Moran is 3 for 3 today. And he's not doing anything fancy, but he's effective. He's getting on base. And the batter will be J.D. Rogers. Top of the 5th inning, UCF threatening again. They've had runners on every inning but the first. There's an inside fake, and literally a fake as Atkinson holds on to it. 2 on, 1 out. Rogers, stocky left-handed hitter. Atkinson with the pitch. That's outside. It clanks off Buchanan's glove, and the runners each advanced on the pass ball. That takes away the possibility of a double play. Crespo now at third base and Moran to second. Well, right now, this ballpark that's really been pretty energetic this year could use some life, something positive to happen, because Bears are down 7-0 in the 5th inning. It's pretty quiet, not a lot going right. The 1-0 pitch is hammered back to center field. It sends Caraway on the run. The ballpark is going to just hold it in. He leaps high to pluck that off the top of the lower wall in center field for the out, but Crespo tags and scores to make it 8-0. And again, really not fooling him, even though you get an out. That ball was hit to the deepest part of the ballpark, and Bo Caraway had to leave his feet to make the grab.
Yeah, and again, as you point out, it is to the deepest part of the park, and that was beneficial for the Bears, and it limits them to one run.
So they've got Moran at third with 2 outs, and here is Jordan Lodies, whose homer got the scoring started back in the second inning. 8-0 now in favor of UCF, and he swings at a breaking ball, fouls it back 0-1. Lodies, a .242 hitter. Backhand by Sanders, sets his feet and throws on to first. Nice play by Travis Sanders to retire the side, but another run crosses the plate for UCF. A run on 2 hits, or a runner.
The fun starts now. We're kicking things off by kicking up mud. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a powerful new 4Runner. Next, we're heading to the hot springs in a spacious Sequoia.
Jan, what is that smell?
Sulfur stinks. Now we're hitting the hiking trails in a rugged Grand Highlander. And finally, park your Tundras and Tacomas around the campfire because we're roasting marshmallows. Don't worry if you burn a few, folks. I brought a truckload. Your summer starts here.
Right now, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 subvention cash on a new 2026 Tundra. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
To the bottom of the 5th inning we go. Bears trailing 8-0 as they'll have 8, 9, and 1 due up should anyone Reese Tice Armstrong would hit in the inning. So far, Mateo Gray has thrown 4 shutout innings. Baylor's been unable to figure out his slow pitches with movement. Just 3 hits for the Bears. UCF with 8 runs on 8 hits. Rudy's is a proud sponsor of Baylor Baseball. Go to Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy's serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. Here is Bo Caraway taking high, ball 1. Caraway into a fielder's choice in his first at-bat.
They're in the bottom of the 4th in Lubbock, and BYU on top 8-1 over the Red Raiders. Not good news.
No. Let's talk about why. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is flared out to right field. It's got Williamson backpedaling all the way to the warning track, but he hauls it in. That's about the best struck ball we've seen from Bo Caraway. Nothing to show for it, unfortunately, but a nice play there.
Yeah, you know what? And that you never know what that does for him. It may kickstart him, but you're right. That ball was barreled up. He smoked it to right field, and Williamson does a nice job to run that ball down out in right field. But to your point, that was exactly what you want to see from Bo Caraway down in the bottom of the order.
Here is Cole Landcloss, the 130 hitting freshman. The pitch sinks over the outside corner to strike 1. Tom, so Baylor begins the day tied for 9th place in the Big 12 with Utah, who they play next week. Beginning the day a half a game ahead of Baylor in 8th place is BYU, a team that Baylor has the tiebreaker over by virtue of a series win. The 0-1 pitch, he was really fooled by that slow breaking ball and a big cut and a miss. And it's 0-2. Now, Tom, here's why that matters, aside from just finishing better, and theoretically the top 8 seeds all get at least 1 bye in the Big 12 tournament in Surprise, which begins in a week and a half. Here's the 0-2 pitch, punched down the right field line, a foul ball. And so for the Bears, who may need to win the entire thing, hopefully not, but may need to win the entire thing to get in the tournament, you would rather have 4 games than 5.
No question. And you mentioned Utah, the next opponent. They're trailing TCU up in Fort Worth tonight, 3-0. That game's in the bottom of the 7th, so that is good news.
Here is the 0-2 pitch. That clips Landcloss. That 0-2 pitch came inside and clipped him. He'll jog on down to first base, and he's aboard with 1 out for Travis Sanders. You know, and Tom, right now, we don't like rooting for TCU in general, but we'll do that tonight. And
well, they're our friend tonight.
They are our friend tonight. Yep. Here is Sanders looking for his first hit on the evening. He comes into the game having reached in 14 straight games and hit safely in 6 straight. Tice Armstrong on deck, and the pitch. Breaking ball misses in. Ball 1. Well, you could use your power hitters hitting the ball hard this inning and seeing what happens. See if you can work your way back into this contest.
No lead in college baseball is ever set.
It's true. There goes Landcloss. The hit and run is on, and that's bounced on through the hole, vacated by the second baseman. Into right field, a base hit. So Sanders' hit streak is now at 7 straight. More importantly, at the moment, they're on the corners with 1 out for none other than Tice Armstrong.
You know, Derek, you go back and you look at your book. The Bears have had traffic. They just haven't had a lot of traffic bunched together, but they've had traffic in this ball game tonight. They've had base runners on base, and they just haven't been able to produce a run. And here we are in the bottom of the 5th, and another opportunity.
We're going to have a quick mound visit. And Tom, even though first base is not open, I'm going to guess UCF still pitches Tice Armstrong carefully. They're going to be careful because, frankly, they could load the bases and, then have the force at every base. We'll see what they do. You'd like to think Janusek hitting behind him changes that equation a bit.
You would think, and again, but they do have the cushion of 8 runs, but you just don't want to put yourself in a spot to where all of a sudden your feet starting to he's coming in. Is he already ready and coming into the ball game?
We've got a new pitcher coming in.
And that is Max Murray.
That is Max Murray. Mateo Gray gets a hand from his teammates. He leaves through 4 1/3 inning, having not allowed a run. And he will give way. 1 out, and Tice Armstrong making his way to the plate. Now, for Gray, again, we talked about he's been a bullpen guy, so they got to be pretty pleased, I would think, to get.
Remember, a week ago, he only lasted 2 2/3, getting shellacked pretty good for 6 runs on 6 hits against Arizona State. So to bounce back and pitch into the 5th inning here on the road against the Bears, yeah, I think they're ecstatic what they got out of their starter, Mateo Gray, tonight.
Well, the new pitcher is out there warming up. It is Max Murray, 3-2, a 4.18 ERA, 26 strikeouts and 9 walks for the freshman out of Winter Springs, Florida. So they are going to a youngster in this big situation where the Bears have. And he will get a chance to bat with first base not open. And so you like that, although I really do think, Tom, I would think they're still going to be careful, but you never know.
Yeah, 100% they're going to be careful. I mean, again, you have an 8-run lead, but right now Brady Janusek is struggling. And they get the same statistics that we get. They know that he's struggling. He's 0 for 2 tonight. To your point, I think they're going to be very careful.
And even though Janusek is very capable of a grand slam, should they walk him, I think they would take the force at every base. But no, let's see. Here he is, Tice Armstrong, 1 for 1 on the night, 339, 21 homers, 58 runs batted in. The freshman Max Murray will come set. Bears have him on the corners with 1 out, and the pitch in for a strike at 90 miles an hour. The count is 0-1. Landcloss at third, Sanders at first. Bears down by an 8-0 tally here in the bottom of the 5th. No wind right now. Flag out there is dead. One and one. Murray with the pitch, and a big cut comes up empty by the swinging Armstrong, and a fastball that had just a little ride down and in.
I'm a little surprised. They're throwing him strikes.
They are.
Strikes that he can handle.
1-2. Here's the pitch, the runner going, and it's popped up. A mile high on the left-hand side of the infield. It's the shortstop, Lodi's backpedaling and putting it away for the second out. Boy, he just missed that one. That one drew rain up there on the left side of the infield, and now here is Brady Janusek.
Yeah, that was one that would change atmospheric conditions for sure.
Well, they pitched to him. Brady Janusek now will bat with 2 outs and a runner at first. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bears are down by 8 runs. Again, one swing and you can get back into it. A lot of work to be done. Murray will turn and fire over to first, and diving back in ahead of the throw is Sanders. Janusek had a home run against Arizona State. Aside from that, not much in the last 2 weeks. The pitch is swung on and popped shallow into center field. Diamez Ross waits and gets, and that is the inning. Bears get a couple on, 1 hit, 2 left, but nothing across. We have played 5 here at the ballpark with the score, UCF 8, Baylor nothing. Tom will have the play-by-play when we come back in the 6th on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
You have the power to make an impact right here in Central Texas. Donate and shop Goodwill to change lives in your own neighborhood. Did you know? When you donate or shop your local Heart of Texas Goodwill, you're helping people with disadvantages experience job and life skills training, job placement, and other employment readiness services. All right here in your Central Texas community. Together, we can build stronger families and stronger communities. To learn more or find a retail store or donation center near you, visit hotgoodwill.org. Donate, shop, change lives.
Asking myself, what do I lack to find?
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Got neck of sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows that's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows. That's how I get my grill on. Kanaka sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
All UCF in this when they lead the Bears 8-0 as they bat in the top of the 6th inning. Charlie Atkinson back out there for the Bears. UCF scored 3 in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 5th inning. It'll be Braden Calise leading things off here in the top of the 6th inning, and here is Tom.
All right, thanks so much, Derek. Calise took over in the 4th, walked and scored a run, and he takes a pitch over his head for ball 1. My goodness. Atkinson behind the count of the ball and no strikes. Calise, Diamez Ross, and John Smith III here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the 1-0. That's high ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Atkinson wants a new baseball, and he'll get one. Behind the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0. There's a base. He struck out to end the 2nd inning and was lifted for Braden Calise. Here's the 2-1 to Calise, poked out in a shallow right field, and Janusek starts out on it, now comes in on it, and make the grab, and there's 1 down. With 1 out, that'll take us back to the top of the order for Diamez Ross. Ross coming to the plate for the 4th time already in the ball game. He is 1 for 3. He doubled and drove in a pair of runs back in the 4th, and eventually came around to score in that 4th inning. An inning in which UCF broke it open with a 4 spot. He takes a fastball high for ball 1. He flied out in the 1st, reached on an error in the 3rd, then doubled in the 4th. A 1 for 3 ball game. Here's the 1-0. There's a breaker that stays outside, and it's 2-0, and Atkinson has stayed behind hitters since coming into the ball game. falling behind here at 2 balls and no strikes to Ross. And the 2-0 swung on and a high fly ball out to center field. Caraway is camped under it. Bo will put it away, and there's 2 up and 2 down here in the 6th.
Tom, I hear some loud cheering over from the Hurd Tennis Center. We'll see if we can find out the source of that.
They are playing for an opportunity to play for a championship, right?
That is correct. Playing Pepperdine tonight in the Sweet 16 round.
2 outs. Here's Smith. He takes a strike at 0-1. John Smith III is 1 for 3. Struck out looking in the first. Fielder's choice in the third, and then singled in the fourth and drove in a pair. Swings and down in the count here, 0-2, and I just heard another roar from over at the tennis center. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and popped up. Foul territory, third base side. Landcloss and Sanders both over. Now it's going to be Sanders making the catch and retiring the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Knights here in the top of the 6th. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We're on to the home half of the 6th. 8-0 UCF. This is Bears baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center.
Hey, Tom.
For a full range.
Both Robinson girls softball lost tonight and Axel baseball lost 2 tonight.
/McLean-Children's.
It's 7-4. Yes.
/McLean-Children's.
Do you want to earn points while cheering for
Yes.
your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
Runner in the third. Had a base runner in the 4th and had a pair of base runners in the 5th. So they've had base runners, they've just not been able to capitalize on those opportunities. Here's Perez, he's 0 for 2. Baylor left fielder stands in from the left side, takes a breaky ball that's a strike from Max Murray, and it's 0-1. I'm not so sure about that, but that's the ruling of Chris Koski, our home plate umpire. This is a veteran crew. Mike Morris over at first base, so those guys been around for a while. 0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Here's a breaker for a strike, and it's 0-2. Nothing and 2 the count. Murray works from the stretch despite the fact nobody's on base. Here's the 0-2 to Perez. Cut on a miss. He struck him out. And there's the first strikeout of a Baylor hitter tonight. And he comes from the reliever, Max Murray. And there's one down. That's going to bring up Brighton Clemens. Brighton with 2 hits tonight. I think that's his 11th multi-hit game of the year. And again, this is a guy that was not in the starting lineup when the year began, got his opportunities, played his way in, got injured, had to sit. Now he's back. Nobody on and 1 out. I beg your pardon. The first pitch on the way to Clemens is a fastball at 91 at the knees for a strike.
Tom, would you say that Clemens has been a bright spot for the Bears this year?
I would say that's exactly right. 0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1. That's a breaking ball that stays down and in. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And half of Baylor's hits tonight. It's been a quiet night at the plate, but you can't blame him for that.
Not at all. One ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 swung on and fouled off right side. This one's going to reach the seats. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. I suspect our crowds will be nice on Saturday and Sunday.
think we lost some people to tennis tonight, Tom.
I don't think there's any doubt. I
Good
understand
problem
that.
to have for Baylor. I'm glad they are.
Absolutely. Here's the pitch. It's a breaker that stays up and in, and that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bryton Clements. Back in from the right side, looking for his 3rd hit of the ball game. And the 2-2 off the plate for a ball, and it is 3-2. I wonder, you know what, we need to talk to Bryton. I'm just curious how Laredo, Texas and Waco, Texas, just the kind of the different vibe of Laredo to Waco. Because I'm sure it has been a major adjustment for Bryton Clemens. 3-2 the count. Here's the payoff. He swings and misses. He strikes out, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Max Murray.
Well, I know he's 330 or so miles from home because you just take whatever exit number you're at on 35, and that's how far you are away from Laredo.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because they start at 0 down there. And
okay.
So he's a long ways from home.
2 outs. And here's Pearson Reebok. Reebok hitless in 2 trips. The average has dipped to 190. He takes a slider for a strike, and it's 0-1. Murray working from the stretch. And the pitch just off the plate for a ball, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. The river perfectly calm tonight. In fact, I see a boat that is illuminated in green.
Oh, look at that. That's fun.
Coming up the river. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 high and away. That's ball 2, 2 balls and a strike.
Tom, the wind is completely dormant in here.
And it's not blowing.
That's right.
At some point, we're going to stop that.
Not
till the end of the year, though.
Yeah.
2-1. Here's the pitch to Reebok. Shows bunt, takes ball 3. I don't think Pearson had any intent on bunting that ball. I think he was just trying to get into the head of Max Murray. 3-1 the count. Murray's ready. Here's the 3-1 to Reebok. Swung on and fouled straight back. It is 3-2.
Took a healthy cut there. Just missed it.
Indeed. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bears trailing 8-0. Here's the payoff pitch. Inside ball 4. Reebok with a walk. And so the Bears have had a base runner in some shape, form, or fashion in every inning of this ball game.
Got to take advantage at some point, you'd think. But right now, you need the lower portion of the order to come through. Your bottom 4 hitters so far tonight in 9 plate appearances have just drawn a couple of walks and been hit by a pitch.
Bottom of the 8th. They're moving quickly in Fort Worth. 3-0 TCU, home half of the 8th inning. BYU continues to lead Texas Tech out in Lubbock 8-2. And unless something changes, Kansas is going to suffer a rare Big 12 loss. They're trailing West Virginia 4-1.
They need 2 wins and an Arizona State loss this weekend to win the Big 12 outright.
Pitch on the way to Buchanan is in there for a strike. It's 0-1.
I think that boat, it just moved behind the tree there. We can't see. I think there's a big Baylor flag on it. Green lighting.
Nice. 0-1 the count. Reebok over at first base. Murray's ready. Deep breath as he delivers from the stretch. There goes Reebok. The pitch is outside for a ball. The throw down is not in time. Stolen base, Pearson Reebok. That'll be stolen base number 12 of the year for Reebok as he's now moved himself into scoring position.
Well, one of 3 Bears on the year with double-digit stolen bases.
Travis Sanders with 24 of those bad boys. That's the most since Brooks Pinkert. Remember Brooks?
Back in the day.
1-1. There's a pitch down low for a ball. It's 2-1. Boy, he could have run a hole in the wind Derek Brooks Pinker could.
Yeah.
And he could pitch.
That's right. He was a good two-way player. Late first decade, early teens for the Bears. Some good teams.
And had a 90-plus fastball. 2-1. It's low to Buchanan, 3-1. Bo Caraway's on deck. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning. The Bears trailing 8-0. They've been out hit tonight 8-4. There is one error on the board, and it belongs to the Bears. This is game 49 of the. Tomorrow we play game 50. Wow. 2-1. That's up and in, and I think that off the knob of the bat it is. That's a foul ball, and that's very unfortunate for Buchanan because now he's at 3-2.
Yeah, that's a tough deal. He was trying to pull back, and the ball just rode up and in on him.
So that fills up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Buchanan with Caraway on deck. Reebok out at second. Here's the payoff pitch. He swings, he misses. He strikes out as Murray strikes out the side. And the Bears go quietly in the 6th. No runs, no hits. A man is left in scoring position. And we have completed 6 innings of play. It's 8-0 in favor of the Knights. This is Bears baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey, Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles. Visit our service department or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on 2 wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sick 'em Bears.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed. Smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
3, 4, and 5 for the Knights of UCF. Under Coach Rich Wallace, he's in his 3rd year. He's done a nice job in Orlando, Derek. I mean, that club is a good ball club.
And I think they've dealt with numerous injuries to their pitching staff. They've had some hitters go down, and they still find ways to win.
Yep. They come in here, and this will tell you that they're a good ball club. I was looking at some of their numbers today. They are 10-10 away from Orlando. They're 8-8 in road games. They're 2-2 in neutral site games. When you're 500 away from your ballpark, you're going pretty well. 27-18 overall, 17-8 in the league. I mean, they're right in the thick of this thing. Here's Williamson to lead it off. He takes a strike at a 2-1. Andrew Williamson, the right fielder. Been retired all 3 times he's come to the plate. A .313 hitter. The 0-1. There's a breaker that's just off the plate for him, Charlie Atkinson. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike to 1-1. Cut on a miss. It's 1-2.
Tom Rice is hosting East Carolina tonight. They were down 6 runs in the 9th inning and came back to win.
How about that for David Pierce's club? 1-2 is way outside for a ball, and it's 2-2. Down 6 in the 9th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 to Williamson. Breaking ball just misses. And it's now full at 3-2. I'm telling you, he didn't miss by much with that breaking ball. 1:45 tomorrow afternoon for the pregame. 3-2 skips in, gets away from Buchanan, rolls over to the Baylor near the backstop, and ball stays in play. It nearly went behind the screen, but I guess you may have been able to hear the voice of home plate umpire Chris Koski say that ball was still alive, but it is a walk to Williamson to start the inning. Derek, your thoughts on Charlie Atkinson? 2+ right now, 2 hits, 1 run.
Well, so far, so good, I think. You'd like to see him continue to settle in, but, I mean, it's been better than what we have seen, isn't it?
Indeed. Here's Skinner. He takes a pitch high and away for a ball. I guess my one complaint, rather, is that he has had a tendency since coming into the ball game to fall behind hitters. 1-0, 2-0. 1 ball and no strikes. And the 1-0. There's a breaker. That's a strike, and it's 1-1.
Nice pitch. Breaking ball has a little more bite to it tonight.
You know, when you get behind, it does a couple of things. Runs your pitch count up for 1, and then also puts the hitter in the driver's seat when you're behind 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Atkinson as he pauses and delivers the pitch back up the middle into center field. It's a base hit. 2 have reached to begin the inning. And again, it's that pesky walk that starts causing problems for your club. Stopping at second is Williamson, and Skinner with a base hit, his first of the night.
Third time the leadoff man has reached this evening.
Here's Javier Crespo, and this guy the Bears just can't get out. A couple of hits, a walk. He scored 3 of the 8 runs tonight. So Javier, the third baseman, climbs in the right-hand box to face the right-hander Atkinson, and Charlie delivers a pitch, low and away. There's ball 1. Crespo, 5'11", 205. He's a redshirt senior. He's from Orlando, Florida. He transferred in from Florida International. He takes a pitch high for a ball. It is 2-0.
Boy, this part of the order, Tom, has really done a good job for them tonight. Crespo and the hitter Moran, they've reached base 6 times in 6 trips.
Caden Baker's getting ready for the Bears down in the pen. 2 balls and no strikes with 2 on and nobody out. Here's the 2-0. It's a strike, and it's 2-1. He showed bunt, but watch that one go by.
Sorry, Tom.
No, I was going to say UCF's got 3 in the second and 4 more in the fourth and 1 in the fifth for their 8 runs. Here's the pitch. It's bunted right back towards the mound. Going to be grabbed by Atkinson. Nobody there. Finally throws to first wide, and Pearson Reebok tardy getting to the bag, and all hands are safe.
Yeah, that's a tough deal. He got the at least the bunt there that would at least get you 1 out, but as you said, with Armstrong crashing in, Reebok too slow to get to the bag, and all hands are safe.
And that's a tough play.
Trying to give up an out, and you can't get it.
Nope. And they're now loaded. On the bunt base hit. That is hit number 10, by the way, for Central Florida. And they're loaded for Moran. And the pitch is high for a ball. It is 1-0. We are in the top of the 7th inning. And the Bears trailing 8-0. Atkinson to the stretch. And the pitch swung on and fouled back. Pretty good hack from Landon Moran.
Well, Moran has singled in all 3 trips to the plate tonight. On a night in which they have 10 hits as a squad, he's been a big part of the action.
Indeed, a couple of runs scored. You look at Crespo and Moran and you go, where's this coming from? But they're good players. 1-1's high and away for a ball. It's 2-1. Between those two, Derek, you've got 5 hits and 5 runs scored. Or actually 6 hits and 5 runs scored between those 2 guys. 5 and 6 in the lineup. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and a high fly ball down the left field line. It's moving into foul territory. And Landclaws drifts back on it. Will make the grab. There is 1 down. Boy, that's a pretty athletic play for Landclaws.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Those are always tough when you're going over the shoulder and foul ground down the left field line. And he made the play, quickly turned and looked just to make sure the lead runner wasn't going to tag. And it's a big first out for Atkinson and the Bears.
And it was all about him because Sanders was shaded over towards the second base bag. Now if you could find a way to get a ground ball double play out of your DH, J.D. Rogers, you can get out of the inning unscathed. They're still loaded with 1 out in an 8-0 ball game. Atkinson to the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, and it's a strike. He's grabbed an 0-1 lead here against Rogers. Rogers is 0 for 2 with an RBI sacrifice fly. He drove in a run with a fly ball in the 5th inning. It was his 19th RBI of the year. The 0-1 swung on and driven down the left field line, but this one slicing foul into the auxiliary bleachers.
Guy charged it a little bit,
Yeah,
but pulled
he did.
back at the last minute.
Yeah, my partner won't charge him, but this guy in the stands will down the left field line.
I'm not down there right now. Maybe we may put it down there and we'll see what happens.
I'm still thinking about that foul ball that came shooting back into the broadcast booth in Phoenix. I mean, we had just talked, hey, we're in foul ball territory because there's no netting to protect us.
Yeah, there was.
And next thing you know, that ball was dashing into the booth.
Yeah, that had some heat on it.
Yeah, they just hand the foul ball to a little youngster in the stands, and he about threw it back onto the field. 0-2 the count now as Atkinson gets a new baseball. He's ahead of J.D. Rogers. No balls, 2 strikes with 1 out, and the bases loaded. Deep breath from Charlie Atkinson. Now the right-hander kicks and comes home with the 0-2 pitch. Cut on a miss. Filthy breaking ball, and there's 2 down. Boy, that was dealing right there.
That was really nice pitch from Charlie Atkinson, his best of the night. And now if they're going to take advantage of this bases-loaded situation, they're going to have to do something with 2 outs.
And it's going to be Jordan Lodies to come into the plate. 3-run bomb to kickstart the offense back in the 2nd inning. Then he grounded out to the 4th and grounded out to end the 5th, and time is called. And here's the veteran pitching coach Sean Snedeker coming to the mound to have a conversation with Charlie Atkinson. Charlie on the night, by the way, if you're wondering, has thrown 44 pitches, 27 of the 44 for strikes. And he's got a chance here to get the Bears out of the inning unscathed.
Well, and he's thrown 2 2/3 innings. The 1 run he allowed was unearned, and so you like it. You like what you've seen from him so far.
He's gotten himself into some pickles, but he's so far worked out of these jams. 2 outs. Here's Lodies, and the pitch swung on and a ground ball foul. There's strike 1. 0-1 the count to the shortstop. Lodies, as we mentioned, hit the 3-run homer, just his 2nd home run of the year. RBI 17, 18, and 19 for the 8-hole hitter. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch swung on and grounded foul again towards the Baylor dugout. He got him scattering down there, doesn't he?
Sure does. Just pounding it over there.
Ty Johnson, who's got the night off tonight, jogs down the left field line to pick up that foul ball. Got to flip it into the stands for a souvenir. So right now, hold your breath. Atkinson 1 strike away from getting out of the inning unscathed. Charlie's ready. With the bases loaded, the 0-2 pitch, high for a ball. Buchanan having to jump up out of his crouch to knock that one down. Keep it in front. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Williamson's at 3rd. Skinner is at 2nd. Crespo is at 1st. That's how the inning began. The first 3 reaching a walk, a single, and a bunt single. They're loaded with 2 out. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 swung on and driven down the left field line, but this one's going to be hooking foul as it hits the tarp down the left field line. And it remains a ball and 2 strikes.
Just out in front there. And well, you'd really love to see Atkinson, who, as we said, he's struggled as of late, even get the confidence boost that could come out from working out of a jam like this. He's able to do so.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Charlie's ready. Checks the runners. And the 1-2 offering from Atkinson is hit on the ground out to Travis Sanders, the shortstop. He'll pick it up, fire to first, and the inning is over. No runs despite the first 3 nights reaching base. A walk, a single, and a bunt single. But since that point, a fly ball out, a strikeout, and a ground out. And it's no runs on 2 hits and 3 men left. Stretch time at the ball yard. Our score, it is UCF 8 and the Bears nothing. This is Bears baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Good job, Charlie.
Baylor fans, ready to keep it cool this season? Ice and Easy delivers premium ice lightning fast. From tailgates to restaurants, construction sites, concerts, and races, Ice and Easy has you covered. Game day or work day, keep your drinks cold and your spirits bold. Ice and Easy, we deliver, you chill. Proud supporter of the Baylor Bears.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Alongside Derek Smith, I'm Tom Barfield. We welcome you back to Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark, where the Bears are trailing 8-0 here in the ball game, and the Bears are going to have 8-9-1 in the batting order. Bears need one base runner to get Travis Sanders to the plate. You almost, Derek, want to get it over with. I mean, you kind of get that feeling. I mean, just to get it past him and let him relax.
Yeah.
And he's handled it beautifully, hasn't he?
Yes.
I mean, he really has, but you know deep down he wants to get it done, and we'd love for him to get it done.
Well, and the pressure builds, too,
sure,
as teams pitch him less, as teams pitch around him.
Here's Caraway. He is 0 for 2. Bo shows bunt and bunts it foul. There's strike one.
Like the thought.
Bo knows bunt.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I hope we have lots of reasons to say stuff like that over the years.
0-1 the count. I mean, Caraway's 0 for 2, but he's hit the ball hard a couple of times tonight. He's had pretty good at-bats. Here's the 0-1. There's a breaking ball, striking it quickly, 0-2. Caraway, Landcloss, and Sanders here in the home half of the 7th inning. Bears on the short end of an 8-0 lead. Oh, 0-2 the count. Murray's ready, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Boy, I tell you what, Murray's done a nice job for them, Tom. 2 innings, allowing just one base runner by a walk, now 4 strikeouts.
No walks.
Yeah.
Here's Landcloss, the third baseman. Cole has been aboard a couple of times. He was walked back in the third and stranded at second base. He was hit by a pitch and was stranded at third base. He's been a Bear that's been close to getting home, but just hasn't been able to do it. He shows bunt, bunts it up the third base line. This is a good one. Charging is Crespo. He picks it up, throws, not in time. Bunt base hit. And Landcloss is aboard for the Bears.
Third time tonight he's reached. Once via walk. He's been hit by a pitch and now drops a bunt. Good job there by the freshman.
And for this kid right now who has been thrown into a ring of fire, if you will, over at third base, anyway, I mean, he's been on base 3 times, Derek. I mean, what else do you want from the kid? I mean,
dropped that beautifully.
A perfectly placed bunt. And now he turns the lineup over for Travis Sanders. I mean, if you can get the third base play that you're getting out of him and get that kind of production, I think Mitch Thompson and the staff can live with that, right? Here's Sanders, 1 for 3. Snap throw to first, and back in is Landcloss.
That was a little too close for comfort there.
Was. Pitch misses for a ball, and it's 1-0 to Sanders. Travis, a .367 hitter, 5 home runs, 33 driven in. He's hit safely in 7 straight ball games now with his single back in the 5th inning. Murray to the stretch. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball. There's a strike. And it's 1-1. Very little, if any, wind on this Friday night, opening up this last homestand of the Big 12 homestand of the year. 1-1 to Sanders, and the 1-1, he chased a breaking ball off the plate, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, you don't like seeing that. He's chased some pitches here lately. You know, he done a good job avoiding the strikeout for really about 2 or 3 weeks there, but it's creeping up a bit. It gets just a little bit.
base hit from Sanders would be his 70th of the year. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Murray to the stretch. He checks it first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and a bounding ball up the third base line, but foul. And ball between the bag and third base coach, little Jimmy Blair.
Little Jimmy Blair, LJB. Somebody tell him that Tom said
no,
that.
Don't you dare.
Somebody shoot him a text.
He's a guy that likes to ride around in cars that don't have drivers. So
That's true.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Sanders strikes out on high heat. That's 5 strikeouts now for Murray. And there's 2 away. Here's Tice Armstrong. He's 1 for 2 tonight. And you know what I like about this streak that Tice has been on, Derek? Look at what he's done when he's not hitting home runs.
Yes.
Singles, doubles. He's jumped his batting average up 25 points, I think. He's at 337 on the year right now. Murray's ready. And Murray's first pitch to Tice is way outside. There's ball 1. That's a foot outside.
Be interesting to see what they do here. 2 outs, first base is not open, and you've got a guy in Murray should be pitching with some confidence with 5 strikeouts in 2 1/3 innings, but you're obviously facing one of the nation's most dangerous hitters.
A ball and no strikes with Landcloss at first base and 2 outs. Here's the 1-2. That's up and in. That hit him.
Oh, second time tonight.
And you could see a little frustration from Tice Armstrong, and normally you don't see that.
Yeah.
But you know what? I get it, man. You get hit by a pitch twice. Come on now.
Yeah, and that one was a little more zip on it than the first one.
Yeah. Now there's 2 aboard for Brady Janusek with 2 outs. And time is called, and we're going to get a conference on the mound. There is an arm heating and probably ready down in the pen.
Well, they got to like what they've got out of Murray so far tonight, and no signal just yet. Murray may be politicking to stay in a little bit. A lot of nodding.
Anthony Larez is heating down there.
Someone is. Yep, now they do make the call down there, so we'll have a pitching change.
So a pitching change here at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark with the Bears trailing 8-0. We'll come back and tell you about the new UCF pitcher. We'll do that when Bears baseball continues on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey, Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, visit our service department, or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on 2 wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sick 'em Bears.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal. Next in line.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, UCF came into the game with the Big 12's second-best ERA as a staff, and they have lowered it tonight. 6+ shutout innings, 6 2/3 to be exact by their staff, and they're going to go a little deeper into the pen as Anthony Larez takes over. Larez, a freshman. He is 4-0 with a 5.4 earned run average in 20 innings. He has struck out 21. He's walked 13. Opposing batters are hitting .211 against the 6'4", 225-pound right-hander out of Key West, Florida. And he takes over as the third pitcher of the night after 2 1/3 strong innings by reliever Max Murray. And I mean, that's following a shutout effort to start the game from Mateo Gray. So we got an Islander out there. Key West, Florida, Anthony Larez.
So Lawrence is going to face Brady Janusek with a couple of Bears on. And again, Derek, not only has it been frustrating because you've given up the 8 spot, but you've had traffic, as we've talked about, all night long. And you just haven't been able to get that key hit.
Yeah, you'd like to get something out of it. Baylor has mostly avoided that this year.
And this is a kid you want to get going again. And I don't have the numbers in front of me, but the last time I checked, I think he was like 1 for his last 22, and he's 0 for 3 tonight. And the average has dipped to 286. This is a kid that was up around 320, 330 earlier in the year. Here's the pitch to Janusek. It is wide for a ball at 79 miles per hour. Here we go again.
Tom Baylor's been shut out twice this year, so see if you can avoid the third.
1 ball, no strikes. Larens is ready. And a look back to second. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Ran that one up there at 88 miles an hour. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Anthony Larens. Here's the 2-0. Swung on a miss. Snap throw to first, and they got him. Tice is picked off of first base off a snap throw 2-3, and the inning is over. Janusek will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning for the Bears. So Baylor comes up empty in the 7th. No runs, 1 hit, and now 1 man left on base. We move on to the top of the 8th. It's 8-0 UCF, and this is Bears baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey there, campers! It's Jan from Toyota. Time to pack your bags and buckle your seatbelts because this summer we're headed to Camp Toyota. And the fun starts now! We're kicking things off by kicking up mud. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a powerful new 4Runner. Next, we're heading to the hot springs in a spacious Sequoia.
Jan, what is that smell?
Sulfur stinks. Now we're hitting the hiking trails in a rugged Grand Highlander. And finally, park your Tundras and Tacomas around the campfire because we're roasting marshmallows. Don't worry if you burn a few, folks. I brought a truckload. Your summer starts here.
Right now, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 subvention cash on a new 2026 Tundra. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Tom Barfield alongside Derek Smith, and back in our studios, Cameron Savoy. We're glad you're with us on a Friday night. The Bears trailing, unfortunately, 8-0. 8-10-0, and 6 left on for UCF. 0-5-1 for the Bears, and 8 left on. Again, the Bears have had traffic. They just haven't been able to get them across. We're going to move on to the 8th inning here at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. It's going to be 9-1-2, and they're going to face a new pitcher for the Bears. Third arm used tonight will be Caden Baker. Caden Baker out warming up for the Bears, and he'll face 9-1-2. And here to bring us home is Derek.
Thank you, Tom. Baker did throw a scoreless inning on Tuesday night, the only Baylor pitcher to do so. He's 2-2 in 12 appearances thus far. It's 8.68 ERA, 8 strikeouts and 9 walks for Baker. And he'll face this lower portion of the order, Calise, then Ross and Smith back at the top. Tom, you're talking about West Virginia and the Kansas. West Virginia getting a good outing from Max Yale again tonight, but still, you look at Kansas. We talked about their magic number is 3, with 5 games left after tonight to claim the Big 12 regular season title outright, which is pretty impressive with 6 games left.
Yes, it is. I mean, they've been that good.
Braden Calise will be the batter, and the first pitch is rolled past the mound. Sanders charges, zings it over to first. Nice play. And there's 1 down, a 1 pitch out for Caden Baker. Back to the top of the order for Diamez Ross. Ross doubled home a pair of runs back in the fourth inning, 1 for 4 in total. Left-handed hitter, a transfer from Florida State. Here is the pitch from Baker. Diamez Ross takes a strike in there, and the count is 0-1.
They're cheering at tennis. Derek, are you efforting for us?
I'm looking. Early, it was a 3-2 Baylor lead earlier. Here is the 0-1 pitch. This is down and away, and it's 1-1. So it sounds like maybe Baylor has the lead, but it's coming down to the wire.
Don't they all?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing easy about sports.
No, it's true. You know, tennis is one of those sports. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In for a strike. You think about it, every match ends in sudden death, if you will. You know, there's always a little drama to the ending.
Sure. Just looking at Atkinson's numbers in this outing, not bad at all.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, tagged foul, hits the underside of the roof and rips down into the seats. The count is 1-2. I think he's got to be pretty happy with what he did. This is a good hitting team, and he really came in and settled things down. The one run he allowed was unearned.
Yeah, that's the key. He allowed one run, but it was unearned on just 4 hits. And yeah, I think he did a nice job. Got to be pleased with him. And
there's a high fly ball back to right field. Janusek on the run, and that is actually the center fielder. Caraway backpedaling at the warning track and making the catch.
That's pretty good speed between Janusek and Caraway. You've got 2 legs of a relay team right there that can flat go.
Yeah, they got there quickly, and it's just a long, loud out. The batter is John Smith. Smith today, 1 for 4. He had a 2-run single back in the 4th inning. Tell you what, here's the pitch. Tagged down the right field line a long ways. A foul ball. The count 0-1. Those two outs run scoring hits they had in the 4th inning really changed the complexion of the game. Now, Baylor hasn't scored at this juncture, so it might not matter. But those really gave UCF a lead that's felt comfortable the rest of the way. 0-1 pitch, a fly ball back to right field. Janusek has it measured, circles back in, and puts it away, and that's a nice inning of work. 1-2-3 by Caden Baker. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's an 8-0 UCF lead here in the series opener on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
You have the power to make an impact right here in Central Texas. Donate and shop Goodwill to change lives in your own neighborhood. Did you know? When you donate or shop your local Heart of Texas Goodwill, you're helping people with disadvantages experience job and life skills training, job placement, and other employment readiness services. All right here in your Central Texas community. Together, we can build stronger families and stronger communities. To learn more or find a retail store or donation center near you, visit hotgoodwill.org. Donate, shop, change lives.
Asking myself, what do I lack?
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studios, this is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Today's game is presented by Heart of Texas Goodwill, serving the community since 1955. When you shop or donate, you're helping change lives right here in your community. Learn more at hotgoodwill.org. Here is Brady Janusek standing in. He was at the plate when Tice Armstrong was picked off of first base on a back pick by the catcher, Zach Skinner. So 0 for 3 tonight. He gets another opportunity back in there. Here is the pitch. It swung on and missed. A breaking ball from Lariz. There is, I beg your pardon. The count is 0-1. Janusek just 3 for his last 34. Really that first prolonged slump of the year for him. The pitch, breaking ball down and away, and the count evens.
And he's a guy the Bears really have got to figure out. I mean, he's just such a key piece to the offense, Derek.
Well, tonight he's protecting Tice Armstrong. Fastball down, and it's 2-1.
And we know what his offensive skill set is.
We've seen it.
The sample size is plenty big for us to know that this is a guy that can play this game at a high level.
The pitch popped up the elevator shaft behind home plate. The catcher Skinner on the BU logo back pedals and makes the grab, with Janusek walking back behind him, and there's one down.
That's 0 for 4 with a strikeout and a double play ball off the bat of Brady. And again, this is a kid they're going to keep penciling his name in the lineup only because you know what he's about. I mean, you know he can play the game and you know he can hit. He just is in one of those bad spells right now.
Yeah, I think he was a little frustrated there. He was walking back, and you could just kind of see it.
And when he gets going again, he's going to get going again.
Here is Dylan Perez swinging at the first pitch and bouncing it out to second. It is gloved by Calise. A little flip to second, and there's 2 away. 8 runs, 10 hits for UCF. No runs, 5 hits, an error for the Bears. This man has 2 of Baylor's 5 hits. Brighton Clements, 2 of 3 tonight. Bears fans, this baseball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink, because it's the only drink for baseball watching. Pepsi, that's what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Bears baseball. Brighton Clements over to have a conference with Jim Blair. Gonna talk things through here. Clements batting average up to .312. 4 hits in his last 2 games. Long visit over there. So the UCF dugout has been animated tonight. They've had a lot to be animated about. Hopefully the Bears can flip that script tomorrow. So hopefully a bigger crowd tomorrow too, Tom. I think I understand why a lot of them, and we support that over there at Herd Tennis Center tonight.
Absolutely.
Cheering on Baylor men's tennis. We'll need them all back here tomorrow.
Going to recognize all the seniors tomorrow.
Yeah. Get out here early. Here's the pitch to Brighton Clements. That is a breaking ball in for a strike. Actually, a fastball with some sink. Clements just kind of goes up there quietly and gets on base for the Bears. The 0-1 pitch. That one is lifted back to left center field. Smith and Ross converge. And it is Ross there in the alley to make the grab and retire the Bears in order. First time that the Bears have been retired in order tonight. We head to the 9th. It is an 8-0 UCF lead here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oil field trailers? We carry a full line of big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
At Magnolia Realty, award-winning agents set the bar for professionalism and excellence. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Magnolia's full-service brokerage will guide you through every step of the process with expert industry knowledge. Their agents are fully invested in learning your story and customizing the real estate experience to suit your stage of life. Magnolia Realty has been serving cities across Texas since 2007, including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected or learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We've completed 8 innings here in this series opener on a Friday night. It is all UCF. 8-0 they lead. Baylor with a pitching change. 4th pitcher of the night out there is Luke DeVasier for the Bears, and he will try to send this game on to the bottom of the 9th inning. Good bullpen work so far on a night that Lucas Davenport was only able to finish 4 innings. He struggled, a very un-Lucas Davenport-like result this evening. The bullpen has done a solid job allowing just 1 run, and it was unearned in 4 innings. It's not been pressure innings, Tom, but if you're looking for a small silver lining in a game like this, maybe you needed a few of these guys to go out there and just have something to feel good about.
100%. Caden Baker gives you a good inning. Charlie Atkinson, who had scuffled a little bit last weekend, came out and gives up 1 unearned run. And maybe Luke DeVazier comes out here and gives you an inning. I mean, you're looking for positive anywhere you can get them, and we'll see how it all unfolds over the next 5 games of the season. And some of these guys are going to have to help us.
1-1 for Luke DeVazier on the year, 12.75 ERA, making his 15th appearance. 11 strikeouts and 8 walks in 12 innings. Well, let's see if DeVazier could kind of get back on the horse again. Well, you get a chance to get back at it tomorrow, Tom, and that's the good thing. You've got a guy in Zach Wallace making the start who has gone a career, either set or matched his career high in each of his last 3 outings versus Camden Wicker. Wallace for the Bears, Camden Wicker for UCF at 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Do you feel like it's must win?
Yeah, I really do too. I really do.
You're kind of at that spot, Derek, where the wiggle room is gone. And look, you've got to win games, and you got to win series. You got 2 series left. You got to win them. And it's time. I mean, yeah, I think, boy, I hate to pile that pressure on Zach Wallace, but that's kind of where we are, isn't it?
Here is Andrew Williamson leading things off against Luke DeVazier in the top of the 9th inning. Takes a fastball low, ball 1. DeVazier, the Tyler Junior College transfer out of Mansfield Legacy High School. Stretches and pitches, and it is cut on and missed by Williamson. That'll even the count at 1-1. We heard a loud cheer earlier from men's tennis. Oh, it is tied at 3.
My
so
goodness.
It's all coming down to the Big 12 Player of the Year, Devin Badenhorst, for the Bears. There's a chopper behind the bag at first. It is a foul ball. Well, I guess if you've got a match coming down to one guy, it's kind of like having Tice Armstrong up. That's the guy Baylor men's tennis wants in Devin Badenhorst. And
can you do play-by-play of tennis from
a
different booth?
Yeah.
Different
I cannot.
facility?
We should get someone on mic over there.
Love 40. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Kind of do you
good forehand.
Tennis announcers talk. Yeah. It's not like golf, but here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a rope into right center field. That is down for a hit. Williamson takes a big turn at first, but holds there with a leadoff single. That'll bring up Zach Skinner.
Here's what I will say about this UCF offense. They don't get cheated.
You're right.
They hit the ball hard. There's very little. I mean, you can just see. We just got a replay of his swing, and my goodness, boy, they can rip the cover off the baseball.
He kind of double clutches as he's about to swing, and now the batter will be Zach Skinner.
He's loading. He's locking and loading.
Here another loud cheer over from tennis. Tom, have you ever called tennis?
I have not.
I did once with Joey Scrivano.
Really?
On a cable pay-per-view broadcast, I think it was.
Yeah?
I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. I did my best, but
he probably helped.
He helped quite a bit. Here's the 1-0 pitch.
What I do like it when you during the 4th of July and all that stuff, you turn on Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Where they have them strategically located. I mean, their booth, if you will, it's almost kind of just injected into the stadium.
Here's the 2-0 pitch, wave and a miss. So here's a question for you. What is a sport you have never done, never called? You've called a lot of stuff in your career. What's one you've never called that you would like to?
Oh, like to?
Yeah, what's one that you'd like? You know what? Low stakes, you'd like to give it a try. I know what the answer is for me.
Would it be hockey?
Hockey, yeah.
Yeah. Because of the excitement level.
Yeah, there's a rip right back up the middle. It's down into center field, and the first two have reached. Yeah, I think it would be fun to give that a try. I'd have some learning to do, but don't we all in everything?
Yeah, exactly.
The first two have reached, and the batter is Javier Crespo, who is 3 for 3 today. He's singled 3 times, reached on a walk, and scored 3 of their 8 runs. 8-0 UCF. Davenport. Couple of singles to start the inning allowed. Here's the pitch to Javier Crespo, down and in, ball 1.
These are the two guys in the lineup, Derek, that the Bears just have struggled to get out.
1-0. The pitch from DeVasier. It's poured in for a strike, and the count evens at 1-1.
Maybe the loudest roar I've heard.
Same. But you feel like you've got the guy you want out there. Now, you think Pepperdine, since it's the number 1 player, has their guy out there that they want too. But nonetheless, you like what Badenhorst has done. The 1-1 pitch. There's a bouncer up there. Did he offer? Did he offer? Yes, he did. There's the call from the home plate umpire, Chris Koski, and it is 1-2 to Crespo. The Bears have yet to retire tonight.
Yeah, Crespo and Moran have done a number for UCF tonight.
2 on, nobody out. The 1-2 pitch, a wave and a miss. Breaking ball, and that's a strikeout. 1 down. Nice bounce back there by DeVasier. Now still more work to do, but hitter that Baylor yet to retire tonight, he made that look pretty easy.
Derek, we've heard some roars from tennis tonight, and that's great. What is the normal, not normal attendance, but what does the stadium seat? Do you know off the top of your hand?
I think you can get several hundred to 1,000 in there. We'll verify that.
They're having fun and making some noise, yeah.
Off-speed pitch to Moran, and the count is 1-0. And I'll say this, Baylor Athletics did a good job, I think, this week promoting it. It's free to get in, and the fans have responded. 1,200 spectators, according to BaylorBears.com. Fly ball tagged down the left field line and out of play. I think, Baylor fans, it's been a year that there's been some successes, but, you look, most notably A&T winning the national title. You've had Baylor soccer had a really great year, making it the second weekend of the NCAA tournament. Fans just hungry to see some winners. The 1-1 pitch, that is lifted back to left field, hit well, but played well by Dylan Perez, and there's 2 away. And earlier today, Tom, we were visiting in the Sullivan Room with members of the Heart of the Order Club. We talk to them each Friday at home, and someone was asking about players who are redshirting for the Bears this year. One of them is T.J. Woodson, Michael Woodson, the head tennis coach's younger brother. Here is J.D. Rogers waving through a breaking ball. The count is 0-1. I think it would be encouraging for DeVasier if after the first 2 reached he was able to work out of that.
Absolutely.
Nothing in 1. Here's the pitch. That one sinks but just misses away. Evening the count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Boy, those are close pitches.
It's been a tight zone tonight. Another loud cheer. Giving you all great information about this tennis match. A breaking ball in there for a strike.
You're like John McEnroe over here.
Yeah. Well, we're hearing loud cheering for the Herd Tennis Center, but it's a good sign.
Yeah.
It's a Baylor partisan crowd.
It's a home crowd, yeah.
Yeah. One and 2. 2 on, 2 out. DeVasier with the pitch. Just misses up and away with the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Luke DeVasier trying to send this game on to the bottom of the 9th inning. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout, and that's all for UCF. Back-to-back innings that Baylor, actually 2 of the last 3 innings, Baylor pitchers in the bullpen have done a nice job wriggling off the hook after some early trouble in the inning. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Reebok, Buchanan, and Caraway due up for the Bears. They trail UCF 9-0 on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Are you a diehard Bears fan? Sure, your entire closet is Baylor green and gold. All your pets' names have started with Judge, and that good old Baylor line is your ringtone. But do you have an official Baylor University toll tag? That small green and gold sticker reps the Bears and cuts your toll bill in half. Visit getmytolltag.com to purchase your specialty tag and deck your ride with Baylor pride. Small sticker, big savings, sick 'em Bears.
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease.
It's a sad night, guys.
Convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center. They offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
See some pinch hitters as the Bears bat in the bottom of the 9th inning. Trailing UCF by a score of 8-0. Just hasn't been Baylor's night. Got a rare rough start from Lucas Davenport, who allowed 7 runs in 4 innings. And if there was a bright spot, if there was a plus to any of that, I guess, the Bears were able to get him out of there quickly. What with, Tom, you talked about a short week, really each of the next couple weeks.
Correct.
Potentially. And so he was out early. The bullpen's done a nice job, but he is off to a rough start, and then the hitters haven't done a lot today. No runs on 5 hits. Line score looks like this: 8 runs, 12 hits for UCF, no runs, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Bears. It'll be Robert De La Garza leading it off. The .234 hitter will bat in place of Pearson Reebok. And then John Ewens is on deck. Another loud cheer, and it almost sounds like some finality to that one, Tom. There's a fastball down from Lares, and the count is 1-0. One and 0. Here is the pitch, cut on and missed. They're still cheering over there, Tom.
That's a good sign.
We can't say anything with certainty.
Other than they're cheering over there.
Yes. Well, we'll see.
Oh, they're chanting now.
Okay. Here is the pitch in for a strike, and the count 1-2. Well, it's not up on Baylor Twitter yet. 1-2. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away. Robert De La Garza, limited action as of late. Cole Landcloss has got the opportunity at third base and has done a nice job with. There's a foul ball shot the other way up the right field line. All right, Baylor men's tennis has won. They are heading to Athens as one of the final 8 teams in the nation. So they will play for it all in Athens.
How about that?
Congratulations to Michael Woodson and Baylor men's tennis. There's strike 3 call Athens to De La Garza, and there's 1 away. Coming up on the post-game show, Tom will visit with Bears head coach Mitch Thompson. We'll get you ready for tomorrow's game as well. There's 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Here is John Ewens. Ewens, a pinch hit in the 9th inning on Tuesday night to keep the Bears alive. Here's the pitch to Ewens. Rolled just foul. Got about sawed off on the bat handle, but rolled it just foul up the third baseline. On deck for the Bears is Caleb Bergman. There's a very high pop-up, shallow into center field. Most of the UCF defense converges, and it is the second baseman, Calise, making the catch. The Bears are down to their final out. And it'll be Caleb Bergman batting in place of Bo Caraway. Bergman, always like seeing him get an opportunity. .143 average with a pair of RBIs in his senior season. Right-handed hitter against Larez. Bears trying to avoid being shut out for just the third time this season, but they're down to their final out, trailing 8-0. Sinking fastball off the outside corner runs the count to 1-0 to Bergman. All UCF here in the series opener. Scored 3 runs in the second inning. That would prove to be enough up to this juncture. Strike on the outside corner evens the count at 1-1. Baylor men's tennis got the win tonight to head to Athens for at the Hurd Tennis Center. We could hear the cheers over here. There's a foul ball backing out of play, and it's a 1-2 count. Fortunately, the Baylor baseball team tonight just unable to keep up to contend with that tonight. But tomorrow will be a new day. 1-2. Here is the pitch. That one looked like it was over. But the Bears will get to see another pitch. Caleb Bergman, a little smirk on his face. Larez with the kick and the 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. And UCF claims the opener, a final of 8-0. Post-game show coming up next from the ballpark. Tough night for the Bears. They'll try to even the series tomorrow. We'll be back to tell you more about it after this here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Yakka sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows that's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows that's how I get my grill on. Kanaka sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
This has been live coverage of Baylor baseball. Now, it's time for the post-game show. Brought to you by Bubba's 33, Scratch Made, Food for All, Gulf States Toyota, Let's Go Places, Baylor Scott and White, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Rudy's Barbecue, the home of real Texas barbecue. Stay tuned as we break down the game, listen to highlights, talk with Coach Thompson, players, and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, a rough night for the Bears, who can really ill afford at this juncture to have many rough nights as they fall to UCF by a score of 8-0. The night shut out the Bears. Just the third time Baylor's been shut out this season, but it was all nights tonight. Baylor is now 25-24 on the year and 11-14 in Big 12 play. Baylor can only lose one more game to finish at least 500 in Big 12 play. But right now, that's looking a little further down the line than perhaps we need to. The goal is to come back and even up this series tomorrow at a game apiece. It was a rare, tough outing for Lucas Davenport tonight. Davenport allowed 7 runs on 6 hits in 4 innings. He struck out 4 and walked 2. He takes the loss to fall to 5-3. Max Murray gets the win for UCF. He pitched 2 1/3 scoreless innings in relief with 5 strikeouts, and he improves to 4-2 on the season. UCF is now 28-18 overall, 16-9 in Big 12 play. The final line score looks like this: 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors, 8 men left on base for UCF. For the Bears, no runs, 5 hits, 1 error. 8 men left. The Bears didn't have trouble getting runners on tonight, but they did have trouble getting them over and getting them en route to the 8-0 loss. We'll take a timeout and come back with more from the ballpark. We'll hear from Mitch Thompson here in a bit on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hey there, campers! It's Jan from Toyota. Time to pack your bags and buckle your seatbelts, because this summer we're headed to Camp Toyota. And the fun starts now! We're kicking things off by kicking up mud. Jump in, campers. We're going off-roading in a powerful new 4Runner. Next, we're heading to the hot springs in a spacious Sequoia.
Jan, what is that smell?
Sulfur stinks. Now we're hitting the hiking trails in a rugged Grand Highlander. And finally, park your Tundras and Tacomas around the campfire, because we're roasting marshmallows. Don't worry if you burn a few, folks. I brought a truckload. Your summer starts here.
Right now, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000.
Yeah, you got you almost got a minute.
Your participating Toyota dealer.
Right here.
Event ends June 1st. Toyota, let's go places.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Tough night for the Bears as they fall in the series opener to UCF by an 8-0 score. We're going to go down on the field now where Tom Barfield is with head coach Mitch Thompson. Well, I apologize. There we go. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Awesome, Barrett.
Well, we apologize. We're having a technical issue here down on the field as we have lost contact.
Check.
There we are.
All right, you got me?
Got you again, Tom. Sorry, I have an issue here.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. Just a tough start for your club tonight.
Well, they hit the big 3-run home run in the second to kind of jump out to it, but then the 4th inning was kind of the inning that the game busted open, and they had a couple guys on base, and I thought we got out of the inning. I thought we had strike 3, but we didn't get the call. It ends up being loading up the bases, and then they proceeded to have 2 really well-placed ground balls that got through and scored 4 runs on us, and it busted the game open. That's the disappointing thing. I thought we were out of it, but we didn't get it, and we got to keep being tougher and try and make that happen. But I think that there's some positive things that happened today. Defensively, we made several really nice plays. I thought Janusek was fantastic again, had a nice play out in right field. Travis Sanders with a heck of a pick and a 6-4 feed. Bo Caraway ran down a ball in center field as a nice play. But, we didn't play very good baseball in some other aspects, and we've got to be better than that. So disappointing game, from this, for sure, from the way it finished and the outcome. But I also like the fact that we had 5 innings of bullpen work right there, and they gave one. That's right, they gave up 1 run, and it was had to pitch out of some stuff, but they made pitches, and so you got to give Atkinson, Baker, and DeVazier credit there. So it's not all bad, but it's definitely disappointing the way that we finished.
You had traffic, you just couldn't get runs home.
We did. We had traffic and we had opportunities to get the hits, and we just didn't get the hits. And I'm frustrated with it. Our guys are frustrated with it, and Credit UCF. They got the outs and they made the plays.
All right, we'll come back and we'll do it again tomorrow.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Post-game comments of Mitch Thompson. Let's go back upstairs to Derek.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate that. And hearing from Coach Thompson after a tough one tonight for the Bears. We're brought to you by the Greater Waco Chamber. Whether you're a member business or considering membership, optimize the opportunity to gather and grow your business with us. Go to wacochamber.com/activate to explore the benefits of membership. Disappointing night for the Bears, shut out by UCF 8-0. We'll take our final timeout, come back and get you ready for tomorrow. The second game of 3 between the Bears and the UCF Knights on senior night coming up. This is Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance.
Hey, dear, I'll be right back.
Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
You have the power to make an impact right here in Central Texas. Donate and shop Goodwill to change lives in your own neighborhood. Did you know? When you donate or shop your local Heart of Texas Goodwill, you're helping people with disadvantages experience job and life skills training, job placement, and other employment readiness services. All right here in your Central Texas community. Together, we can build stronger families and stronger communities. To learn more or find a retail store or donation center near you, visit hotgoodwill.org. Donate, shop, change lives.
Asking myself, what do I lack?
At Baylor Scott & White McLean Children's, you'll find the care your child deserves and trusted expertise to set your mind at ease. With a network of convenient pediatric primary and specialty care clinics and an advanced medical center, they offer a full range of pediatric care close to home. Learn more at bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's. That's bswhealth.com/McLean-Children's.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment.
I'm back.
If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to NextLink Internet. With NextLink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, NextLink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give NextLink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing
I said the Mitch post game.
to click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
If you need a trailer, Flat Rock Trailers has got you covered. From light-duty single-axle utility trailers to the Big Tex tandem duals. We also carry a full line of enclosed cargo trailers. Need a motorcycle trailer? We've got them. Need a dump trailer? We've got the largest selection in the state. Oilfield trailers? We carry a full line of Big Tex trailers to handle all your needs. Trailer repairs? We repair all makes and models. We'll even rent you a trailer if you need to use one for a day. Flat Rock Trailers, your #1 source for all your trailer needs. Find us at flatrocktrailers.com.
You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back here at the ballpark following an 8-0 shutout loss at the hands of the UCF Knights. Just the third time this year the Bears have been shut out. But a tough night for the Bears, who really can't have many more losses in the regular season and get where they want to be, and even then they might need some help. Baylor now 11-14 in Big 12 play, 25-24 overall. The Bears have won just 2 of their last 7 Big 12 ball games. Tom Barfield back up in the booth with us as we get ready for tomorrow now. One of the big storylines is going to be the fact that tomorrow is Senior Day. We are going to honor Baylor seniors Cade Hansen, Caleb Bergman, Ethan Calder, Grayson Murray, Stephon Stahl, Tice Armstrong, Jake Colkhorst, Ty Johnson, and Caleb Bunch, a great group of guys You'd love to see Tice Armstrong homer on Senior Day. That would be storybook. But more than that, you just want to see the Bears get a win and even up this series in a game apiece with Zach Wallace getting the start for the Bears.
Yeah, you're 100% correct, Derek. It is, your back's against the wall. I mean, if you're going to win series, you got to win these next two series to really be in the conversation for. Look, we're in good shape for going to the Big 12 tournament, and you have a path there. You can win that tournament and get the automatic bid. But the reality is as the issues that you're having pitching wise, that's probably not the best route to take. The best route to take would be to win this series, win the Utah series, win some games in the Big 12 tournament, and then that puts you in the conversation. But if you're going to do that, you have to win the rest of this weekend, and then you got to go to Utah and get it done. So, I mean, your margin of error is slim and none.
Well, I'm not saying anything too earth-shattering here, but, boy, you'd love to see the starting pitching and the bullpen have a good night on the same night. Lately, it's been one or the other. Tonight, the bullpen 5 innings of just one-run ball, and that one run was unearned. But it was a rare, tough start for Lucas Davenport, and so you need to get them both together.
Yeah, and look, if you're looking for a shining star, you got Lucas out after just 4 innings, 80-something pitches, and he's going to go on a 1 day less rest. So he's going to be going on a Thursday next week. And by the way, everybody in the Big 12 will be. That's the way it's set up, so the tournament can get underway on Tuesday. So everybody is Thursday, Friday, Saturday next weekend. So it's not like it's an unfair advantage to the Bears. It's everybody doing it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So, but anyway, you're going to be going on 1 day less rest, and you just did that this week because remember you got rained out on Friday night and got pushed back to Saturday. So his complete game last week was on a Saturday. So anyway, with that said, you got him out. He's going to have an extra day of rest, and he'll be ready to go against the Utes on Thursday night out in Salt Lake City.
How about 6 1/3 innings or more from Zach Wallace tomorrow? He's either set, matched, or exceeded his career high in each of his last 3 starts.
He may be the pitching MVP, Derek, because, again, this is a guy that was not scheduled to be a starter. This was a guy that was projected to be a middle to long reliever, and because of some situations, he was forced into the rotation. And every week, as you have pointed out, he's gotten better and better and better. And I really like him right now on that Saturday road. Now, he's just kind of taken to that spot, and then you got Ethan on Sunday, so you're okay. You just got to find a way to get those goose eggs off the board and earlier rather than later. And get going. Look, it's not secret. I mean, it's no big secret. This team plays better when they play with a lead early. They're just a better ball club. And I can't tell you why that is. It's just fact. This is a much better club. Give themselves a much better opportunity to win when they play from the lead. So if those first couple of innings are big for this club.
Well, they'll have a chance to try to get off to a good start tomorrow. It'll be a 2 o'clock first pitch. We'll be on the air at 1:45. Get out here early as we will honor the seniors before the game. As we close, we want to congratulate Baylor men's tennis and head coach Michael Woodson. They're advancing to the Elite Eight and going to the biggest stage in college tennis. They're heading to Athens, Georgia next week after a nail-biting, thrilling, it sure sounded like over there, win over Pepperdine this evening. Here, Baylor baseball will try to even up the series tomorrow. We hope you will join us. For now, we say good night from the ballpark.
Great job, guys.